Hello, fellow swivelheads. It's Greg Allison, Green Greg's, coming to you live on 10th November 21. Time on deck 23:3300 hours Central Standard Time. So I got to get used to the standards time instead of daylight time. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. This is the eve of Veterans Day, and before we get done with this cast, we will be in Veterans Day. Hope everybody's doing well. So pardon me for being so late, but I had to de-zombify myself before I could really get the energy to do the broadcast tonight. So a little caffeine, I needed to perk myself back up. Had a lot of drama here today and some other things going on, and it's just put me behind. I had planned to do a video today and just couldn't pull it off. Hi, Granny Lana, how you doing? And matter of fact, I had planned to do a video on a topic I've been talking about since last week. And I hand wrote me a bunch of notes. I got 17 pages of notes in here, handwritten, and I'm going to go through in this video when I do it on just why you could expect China to attack the United States. I fully expect to do this video tomorrow night. So stay tuned Thursday night, Veterans Day night, which would be a good night to cover this, I suppose. And let's see, all right, we got a lot of good people coming in the house now. So for those that's never watched one of my Wednesday or Friday night live sessions, the whole purpose of these sessions are really to be a family here amongst ourselves. This is a chance for my followers to chat with each other and chat with me. And we do, this is all in lieu of the fact we just can't meet each other these days like we used to. The families just are not having the family reunions and things like that that they used to, because people are just afraid of it. My family's not had a family reunion in, like a couple of years now. And it's really, it's kind of hard on you not seeing your friends and families the way you used to, but we all be friends and family in here, and we are on this channel. We're family. So if you're not joining the family before and this is your first time, come on in. The water's great. Join the family. But we will cover a few topics, and I get asked a lot of good questions. So if you want to ask me a question, this is a great opportunity to ask me whatever is on your mind. I cover topics from gardening to worm farming to space, military, economic, whatever you want to talk about. We talk about it on here. We cover this. We cover the Earth, Sun, and Moon, and the universe beyond. And then we usually pray for each other. And we got a one member of our family tonight we really do need to pray for. Now, Stacy Savicki, she's been on my channel a few times. She had to go to the ER this morning. She's got this cerveza beer bug, if you know what I mean. The bug that's been going around real bad. And she's having problems breathing. So we got to pray for her. So if I zonk out between now and then, just don't forget Stacy Zavicki, my friends. She's in, her whole family has come down with this thing. Monique Pearl, I can't stay long, but I'll try to catch you next week. Keep up the good work, Greg. I'm glad to be in the family. Well, welcome to the family. Glad you're here. And when I start going through some other, I'm going to go through some weather things and a few things like that. I'm going to read some poetry. Reflecting on Doc Greg as futurist at heart. I'm a futurist. I've been a futurist ever since I was a little kid. That's why I do space stuff. I've done a lot of space stuff. That's why you see the space stuff around me. I'm on this channel as a gardener, urban farmer, worm farmer, and prepper. So, a lot of people don't think of a guy like that as being a space guy, but I am in fact a space guy. So I got the Space Force on my hat. And I got the mug Granny Lana gave me on the Space Force. I don't have anything in it right now. Let's see here. Knock this down a little bit. Got it covered up right now, so flies or nothing gets it. It's Space Force. And Granny Lana gave me that mug. Thank you, Granny. And I've been using that one a lot of my podcasts at night for my coffee. And also, it's farmer's market. I actually put tea in it, not time for drinking it, but because it keeps the coffee hot too long, but it's great for the farmer's market. And the farmer's market we're going to Saturday morning is going to be cold. It's going to be like freezing almost practically at the temperatures at the farmer's market Saturday morning. We've had a very warm day today. Right now I'm drinking out of my mug that my daughter gave me with her family, my oldest daughter. And if you see the video I did with her a few days ago, check it out if you've not seen it. All right, guys. Prayers for sure, says Granny. Good. Glad to see that. We pray for your granddaughter, but we need to pray for Stacy. She went to the ER today, so it's not a good picture, not a good thing. I just lost a friend to the bug. Tell you what, guys, if you go on a ventilator, your chances of getting off and making it out alive are somewhat less than spectacular. I think your chances of making it out once they put the ventilator on you are somewhere like 15 to 20%. You're not in good shape. That's why one of our followers, hey JoJo, how's the worms doing? I got worms. I just don't have enough of them. I'm trying to breed them, but we're building worm beds right now. And I probably should go back and talk about that on my videos. We're building worm beds and lots of them. But we got to get these worm beds full and get worms in them before I sell worms again. It was pouring last night. Only one dog would go out. Oh, yeah, that rain's coming this way. It's supposed to rain here all day tomorrow, which is going to be, it'll be tomorrow in 11 minutes now. No, 21 minutes, excuse me. We're 21 minutes until tomorrow. Unless you're on East Coast time and you're already in tomorrow. Eastern time. Well, I'm Central time here. So, I should probably start this video on my laptop. Switch on. My laptop battery's not lasting long anymore. I think I burned it out because it's my primary power supply for this computer died, and I've been charging on my Apple computer's laptop power supply, which I don't like the Apple computer, but I started using this power supply because it would fit the same connector, but I think it's burning my battery up. I think it's charging a little too hot. I gotta be careful of that because these lithium-ion batteries, if you overcharge them, can form dendrites in them, which perforates the separator between anode and cathode and causes fires called thermal runaways. In fact, what they do when they make a lithium-ion battery is the anode and cathode and the separator membrane are all laid out in these big long sheets, and they're rolled up and coiled up inside the battery. If it's a circular battery, or if it's a flat battery, they just fold them back and forth. And that's what you get in your laptop. And what happens is these minerals form when you overcharge or over discharge them, charge them too fast, discharge them too fast, faster than what they're meant to. And these minerals puncture, they're called dendrites. They puncture that separator cell. That's why we're looking forward to the advent of solid state lithium batteries. There's working on that. It won't be lithium ion, it'll be lithium. And hopefully they will be safer, and these stupid lithium ion batteries, and actually be able to hold more energy too. Maybe charge and discharge faster, or at least charge faster. So that could all be a lot of benefits. And look, I know about lithium ion batteries. I've done plenty of studies on these things because it's something I've been jumping on in the world of system safety for avionics. Because a lot of people don't appreciate them, and they've used them in dangerous ways on rockets. And so I have written a lot of review item discrepancies called RIDs, and tackled and attacked poor uses and poor safety practices within the respect of the use of lithium-ion batteries on the space launch system, secondary payloads, and other such things. Yes, so yeah, I'm a rocket guy. Nothing is the same. Got the message deleted. All right, everybody, here's what to do. Make sure when you're in this channel, there's 2 rules to follow. No wordy dirts. This is a family channel. Remember, I said we're all family. No wordy dirts. 2, respect your fellow chatters, and of course the channel itself. If you fail to do that, my mods will take care of you real fast. So, and I got lots of mods in here. You're not going to escape on this channel. Okay, so what's Northern Preparedness saying? Please say nothing in the chat that may get the channel taken down. And that's the other thing. Thank you. This platform is not a free speech platform. I am a big advocate of free speech, but this platform is not a free speech platform. They tell you a lot of things. The rules cover a lot of things they tell you not to talk about. And it seems like that topic list expands daily. Anything that's politically charged toward one side of the spectrum appears to be heavily stepped on, while the other side is go, 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 green gas juice. So you just got to be very, very careful. And we have to talk in code words on this channel that even cover some topics. Jesse Mills from Northeast Arizona, how you doing? And JoJo says, when the first battery created, I heard Egypt. It was the first batteries that we know of came out of the Summer, which is one of the oldest kingdoms on Earth, predating Egypt. Summer, if those of you who JoJo and you, I know you have followed Leak Project. That is where their gods were known as the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki were kings that ruled the cities of Summer. and which became Babylon, and today is Iraq. So that was all in summer. And the very first batteries were called the Baghdad batteries, the oldest batteries we found. That's something we may find evidence of older batteries. Now, battery technology is not that hard to do, guys. I can do videos to show you how to make batteries. I may do that one day, just using copper and zinc and electrolyte. And I've done it. You can build or you can make little plates or electrodes wet. There's different ways to do it. I may cover that one day. 1984 is here, sadly. You got that right. Accumulation. Is that right? And Florida, like fluoride, Florida. A man says, like the camera and the eyes. Yeah, no kidding. All tech is reverse engineered human anatomy. Oh. Yeah, that's a way of looking at it. But cameras kind of work like eyes, and we use eyes to see things, and cameras are just another way of having eyes, right? Like I said, I see you. That little handheld camcorder is what I do a lot of videos on. Why was the Anunnaki obsessed with gold? Really good question. Probably because of its rarity here on Earth. I got a problem with Sitkin's notion that they came from the 12th planet to mine gold on Earth so they could refurbish their skies on the planet Nibiru. The reason I have a problem with that is apparently gold is probably much more readily available and easier to mine than asteroids like the asteroid Psyche. So why would he come to Earth to do that? When you can find gold in space, and it's probably much more readily reached and processed. If you're coming from space, why go down a deep gravity well to get it to come back up? Earth is a massive planet, therefore we would refer to that as a gravity well. So that don't make good walking around sense for us space guys. For us real space guys, we go, I don't think so. I wouldn't do it. If I was living in outer space, would I go down or climb down Earth's gravity well to mine gold when I could get it out of the asteroids? No, wouldn't do it. Absolutely would not do that. So did the Anunnaki come from space? Look, they look like humans, just big humans. They, of course, they might have been demonic, but they wrote first-person account stuff in cuneiform in summer. They were the kings of the cities, and there's a long kings list. Now, they may have been the big long-headed human beings. We find these skulls, these long-headed skulls. We find these skulls. These skulls are existent. This isn't science fiction or other. We do find these enormous long skulls. So, I had a really big brain. I think there might have been, they were often depicted as being fish. We know they were, mammals aren't fish, but that might have been the way that the artist had depicted them. They may have been like one step closer to being mer people. And if you're more connected with the ocean, it's a lot easier to grow big brains because the type of proteins you get, I guess, and omega-3s or whatever you're getting out of the ocean. If you think about whales, dolphins, octopus, they all got really big brains, even octopus. And octopus did not come through the mammalian line. It came, totally invertebrate. And they have huge brains and are very intelligent. So uncommon news. Hey, Greg, good to see you. Susan Hudson, near Dallas, Space Girl. Hey, Space Girl, blessing saints. And there you go. Good to see Space Girl in here. There's a space guy here. I was awakened to hear your message tonight. Oh, okay. Devil's Den, hello from Gettysburg. Ooh, that's a rough place that was back at one time. Guys, 50,000 people died in a battle at Gettysburg. In the entire Vietnam War, only 53,000 died. In what, 12 years we fought in the Vietnam War. Until, like, I don't know, maybe the Gulf War. More people died in the war between the states than all the rest of the U.S. wars combined, including World War I, World War II. Yeah, the Civil War was a very deadly war. Americans fighting Americans, it's not a pretty picture. And I do talk about the prospects of state seceding today. I hope that any such secession would be a peaceful secession, as was the breakup of the Soviet Union, should it come. So let's hope and pray that should it come to those terms today, that it will be peaceable. War is not a pretty thing. We don't want war. Nothing as it seems. Wow, this went offshore quickly. Ooh, what was that? Nothing as it seems went offshore. And Lucky Kings is currently held in London Museum. Absolutely, absolutely. So it's I tell people, hey, for you new guys, I said we can go anywhere in this chat room. We can go anywhere. We can talk about the Anunnaki. We can talk about history. We can talk about archaeology. We can talk about space, paleontology. We can talk about gardening, worms, Revelations. The book of Revelations is pretty popular in this channel. Especially since we're a prepper channel, and the times we live in looks remarkably close to the book of Revelations. Wow. And many of us think that we're there. All right, Northern Shore says, that's shameful. What's shameful? Set up your horses. If y'all got them. There you go, JoJo. Devil's Den, come visit, brother. We walked hey, I have walked the battlefield in Gettysburg. I walked it. And then I went somewhere just outside of Gettysburg, and man, I practically walked up on a herd of deer out in the woods. I chased them. That was a lot of fun. That was in my younger days. I was in my early 30s, I guess, late 20s, early 30s. That point up there. Back when I worked on the Space Station Freedom Program, I used to go to Washington D.C. as evolved and became the International Space Station. I used to go to Washington D.C. often. And would stay maybe for a month. And until the last 10 years, for over 20 years, I went to Washington, D.C. every single year for one reason or another, and sometimes several times a year. So I'm kind of familiar with certain aspects of Washington, D.C. And I've run the halls of Congress too, because a lot of this time I was one of the top space advocates in the nation as a chairman of the policy committee of the National Space Society. Start with Tiamat. Yeah, well, Tiamat is the planet that was, according to, now that's interesting. See, that's very interesting. Tiamat was I guess the ancestral planet that broke apart, or the one that hit Earth. And if you look at the Sumerian mythology, a planet struck Earth. It just turns out that that's what is thought to have formed our moon today. Modern astronomers and scientists believe that Earth was struck by a planet the size of Mars, and that impact created the moon. And it would have, if there had been any life on Earth when that happened, it would have been obliterated. There would be no bacteria would have survived that. In fact, if something the size of Ceres, the asteroid Ceres, or that comet, which is coming in from Berdini, I can't remember the name of it, that 62-mile wide comet they see coming, which won't come in, which will stay in the outer solar system. It's not even coming inside the orbit of Saturn. Should something that large hit Earth, it's game over, guys. The amoebas would be extinct. It's thought that one of those kind of comets did come in the inner solar system and break up, and that is the source of the current torrid meteor showers, which are going on starting now. They come in 2 phases here in the month of November, the torrid meteor showers, which are also believed to be the source of things like the Tunguska explosion, the Chelyabinsk explosion over Russia a few years ago, and those are my friend Rob Suggs saw a meteor hit the moon, and he's in the Wikipedia for seeing that. And Rob, they said that was a torrid meteor that hit the moon. In that case, if it struck, it would have been a meteorite. A meteor is the vapor trail you see in the sky, the plasma trail. That's the meteor. The bolide, the object, is a meteoroid. If it strikes the ground, it's called a meteorite. There you go. You're getting astronomy tonight. I don't know, Drops. The moon. I don't go along with David with Mr. Wilcock, at all. He and Corey Good with their blue chicken aliens. I think they're out to lunch. Out to lunch. He believes the moon's a hollow, totally hollow spaceship. The moon has less density than Earth, but there's a way to explain that. Here's how you can explain that. When It's made of material that it's got the density of Earth's crust of material from Earth. It totally works out that way. So have you ever hung marbles? You ever play with those little things that's not going to set? It's got marbles hanging down from it, and you pull one out, or little steel balls. You pull one out and you smack it. You turn it loose and it smacks in, and one pops out on the other side. Or you hold this one out and drop it, and it hits the stack, this little stack of bearings or steel balls, actually, which I call them marbles, and the other one pops out. But the energy is transmitted through the stack of marbles. Actually, that's the way wave energy moves through the water, and a lot of other things in our world. Sound compression waves move that way. A lot of things move that way. The particles don't move, but the energy moves through the particles. Well, if the Earth got hit by a large object, that energy would move through, and on the other side of the Earth, you would have a big chunk of mass would blow off. And the main mass, of course, would be the lighter weight mass, and it would be the mass on the surface. It would be crustal material of Earth. Earth is missing a good bit of its crustal material, probably. Like Venus is totally covered in crust. If you melt lead, what's going to happen? All the lighter weight elements in it are going to float to the top. Hey, I know, because I've cast certain, shall we say, freedom seed propellers, or freedom seed, if you know what I mean. I cast a bunch of those, because I got those smoke poles that you poke them down the front end of, and you put powder in them, you poke them down the front end, and you pull a little finger activated device. I'm trying to be careful what I say here, and they go bang. Well, if you melt a pot of lead, what happens is all these lighter stuff floats to the top. Well, if you melt a planet, and these earlier planets were hot and everything melted, so all the lighter stuff floated up, then the heavier stuff sunk to the core. It's only got a nickel, iron, uranium core, and it's hot because it's just full of uranium, apparently. Drops is a spacecraft. African tribal stories talk of the moon arrived. Anyway, so there's different theories how the moon got here. But look, if you hit the Earth like that and this stuff pops off, suddenly a lot of that crust that floated to the top is gone. And that may explain why we have continents and oceans. We're missing a big chunk. 2/3 of our crust left the planet. That's enabled plate tectonics to occur on Earth, and which is a good thing, because the weather would have eroded all our continents down. We'd all be underwater. Earth would be a water planet if it weren't for plate tectonics. And if you were a water civilization, you're not going to be building fires and smelting metals and making wires and building technology. You'll have no spacecraft. You will have no electronics. You'll be swimming with the fishes forever and ever and ever. But you might have big brains. You might have big brains. So maybe that's the Anunnaki. Maybe they were a human race that got a little closer to the water and a lot more waterways, and it affected them, and they got big brains. That's a good possibility, because they were depicted in the cuneiform and the drawings, especially the drawings from Summer, as being fish, having fish hanging from them. Just there's all kind of things that seem to talk to that they were drawn to the water. They like the reed seas, these different swamps down there in near the Persian Gulf. As many books as available, says April. Spanning the Earth, Greg, fits together like a jigsaw puzzle. Earth getting fatter. Well, Jason, we do accumulate stuff from space over time, but the accumulation rate is not huge and that great. All right, drop a little watching them geek out. Who's like watching geek out? Drops you and Lee can geek out, and I'll understand. Okay, yeah. Well, Lee's got a technical background too. Tammy Shirk, I'm 5'2" with 3.5 inches of hair. Yeah, I tell you, I may have a little bit more. I'm a little bit taller, but maybe more hair there. All right, so yeah, I'm 5'10". So it's from fire. What do you mean by if you ever listen to Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, he basically that most names for God in ancient civilizations had "ah" in them. So he thought that was, hey, gorgeous, awesome. Hey, we're going to do something. We're going to fill a request to gorgeous, awesome tonight. No, I'm not 5'2". That was Tammy Shirk above. Oh, feet of hair. Wow. 3.5 feet of hair. Okay, I take that back. You surpassed me by a long shot. 3.5 feet of hair. What I got? 2 foot of hair, maybe. Maybe. Wow, Tammy. Love to see that. That's awesome. Get the Russian tea out. Oh. Wow, and the days have been getting longer since recorded history. The Earth is slowing down its rotation because the moon pulls on it. Tidal force. Yeah, all right, gorgeous. Hey, we're gonna read some poems in a little bit, guys, because Gorgeous Awesome requested I read poetry, and we're gonna do that tonight. I'm thinking about starting on. Tammy says yes. So I'm thinking about starting a whole channel just to read poetry on. And so I'll do videos where all I do is read a poem. I might give some explanation on the poem because a lot of the poetry I wrote back in the high school days had a story, a backstory to them. A lot of them were written about friends and things that happened, friends and events in the days of high school. I learned I could tell a story with poetry as a high schooler. So, and pretty much a Jill of all trades, not a Jack, you're the Jill. Okay, still. Not the Jack, you're the Jill. Master of none, but this talk is way over this old ex-trucker's head. Come on. Still, we'll get there. Sorry I'm late. Hi all. Have a blessed Veterans Day. Yeah, it's almost, it is Veterans Day right now. Bing! All you veterans out there, which I'm one. So this is our Veterans Day. It's just started here in the Central Time Zone. Bayleaf, I am. Gorgeous Awesome has beautiful jewelry for sale. Check them out. That is absolutely right. They've got beautiful handwork. Guys, they do the most intricate handiwork with copper. And so Gorgeous Awesome, feel free to post your site. They have an Etsy store. And they gave me some beautiful gifts, including this thing. Look at this, guys. Look at the intricate copper work in that. This is all handmade. They put a lot of time in making this stuff. I mean, when you consider the expensive copper, the crystals, and the handiwork, if you think the price is high, but when you see it, no. When you consider what goes in this stuff's cheap, man. I mean, look at it. I mean, price-wise, I can't believe they sell as cheap as they do, because they put so much love and work in this. This is a labor of love. Look at the intricate windings in here. They got windings around the spiral there. This is my healing one, the quartz crystal in it, and this is known as the first one I showed you is known as the Lemurian laser one. See, because it's on a stick, that's how it gets to be a wand. And then I've got Woden's wooden wand of wonders. You know, when I do a Wednesday night podcast at 9 o'clock, if I can get on and do it by 9 p.m., it's Woden's. Used to call it Woken World, but Woken got taken by the other side of the political spectrum. So I now refer to Woden's Wondrous World. Although my the picture I use as a thumbnail still says Woken, but y'all can forgive me of that. This has a shungite crystal, and look at all the beautiful copper work on here. And this is not a bone. This is apple wood, and they hand carved up all the bark, polished it down, made it nice and smooth. And so smooth, I loved handling. I just love rotating it. And this is a nice little wizard's one. This is like, it's not the full RIFLE. This is this is like, the hand version, you know what I mean? Trying not to say wrong words. I probably shouldn't spell words out. Shouldn't be talking about nugs. If you know what a nug is, if you've been watching my channel, you know what I mean when I say nug. 101 for me, Tammy says. So, all right, so you're in Eastern time. All right, I'm in Central time here. Veterans are heroes. All right, well, thank you, Carrie Ray. Make a wish, says Bailiff. There we go. Gorgeous. So happy to enjoy all the pieces so much. Hey, I do. And I wear them. And I don't mind talking about them because they are beautiful. It's nice handiwork. So that's what we'll launch out with. We will launch out with a poem tonight. Maybe I'll do two because my first poem from my book was connected to another poem I wrote later. When I was in high school, in 12th grade, we were charged with writing limericks, not limericks, ballads. And ballads have a pentameter, or a beat to them. It goes da-dun, 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 da-dun. It's got to fit that. And every second and fourth line are supposed to rhyme with each other. Well, I was able to make the first and the second, no, the first and second and fourth, but I also made the first and third lines rhyme. So I got twice the rhyming. I could tell any story I wanted and keep the pentameter. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. That's the way a ballad's supposed to be. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. And a lot of music is in ballad form. Now, I didn't write mine to be music, but I followed the pentameter, and you could make it music. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. And so everyone that's done is a syllable. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Ever da-dun is a syllable. It's a sound, a syllable. And that's the way you write a ballad. And it's, if you can write poetry, you can do this. So I discovered I had a knack for that. As a teenager in 12th grade, man, I could just churn these things out, and I wrote a whole book of them, and I wrote a few more after that. And I called them Bolo's ballads because I like alliteration. Like Green Greg's, Galactic Greg's, Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, Woden's Wondrous World. Guys, I've always been into alliteration. Is one of my forms of poetry. Alliteration is an old Germanic, Nordic form of poetry because they like that. And for those that don't know, I've talked about doing Woden's World because I am Nordic in ancestry, and with the long hair and beard, except for having two eyes, I might look like a reincarnated Woden. And so I just have fun with it. Hey, we read the Bible on this channel, guys. Don't get all worked up over it. So I tell everybody I believe in the greater creator. So but I have fun with this because it kind of fits. And Odin was the god of poetry. He was also the god of gardening. I'm into gardening. I'm into poetry. Green Greg's, ho ho ho, Green Greg's, and Santa Claus. A natural rapper, Greg. There you go. So now rap has got a different form to it, but I can also write rap. I've done some rap poems. I've done limericks. I mentioned limericks. Greg will make the perfect wizard. I am. Good white wizard, right? All right. You know what wizard means? Wise one. More than anything else. Astrology. Pluto returns in the American charts. Trust it's going to get deep, dark, many dark issues. Yeah, we're talking about going into dark winter, guys. Susan Hudson, thank you for your service, Greg, and anyone else that served. Well, thank you. Now, I don't know, sometimes I get people from Granny, I believe. And Carrie's laughing. Yeah, sometimes I get people from my high school watching my videos. So if you're from my high school, you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. You're going to know. So let's see if I can find the poem that I want to read from here. And I probably should bring my other computer. Gandalf. There you go. Well, people saw my video, the 5 key things for raising worms, and they dubbed me the worm Gandalf. Could be Gandalf the Greg, right? So instead of Gandalf the Grey, Greg is a wizard, says Jojo. All right, so give me a second, guys. I might do a share. I'm gonna pull this document. I got the wrong one up. Hang on, guys. I might even share it. Just let y'all see it. My book that all handwrote this, all the stuff in is missing, and I kind of think somebody that stayed with me may have taken it from me in order just to be a pain. Fortunately, I had a little homeless girl living with me some time back, and I paid her to type in my poetry. Oh my God, I'm so glad I did that. Had I not done it, I may have lost this forever. And that would have been a huge, huge loss. So we're going to share this. because gorgeous, awesome Greg is a word wizard. There we go. There we go. That's exactly it. Word wizard. So I'm going to share this screen with you guys. Give me a second. One momentum, please, as Lily Tomlin used to say back in the Roy and Martin laugh-in days. For those of you that are old enough to remember that. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. Bing. And here is, I have read this out of my notebook, some of these poems to you guys. I've read from my notebook when I had it. So if you go back and look at some old, oh, I got other screens jumping in the way. Oh, I hate Word. I'm not Word, but Windows. When you try to move stuff out of the way, it pops up and fills the screen. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my gosh. And then my Zoom screen is trying to jump from it. There we go. Now I can see it again. Let's see here. Bolo's Ballads. The first one in here is called The Dove Hunter. I wrote this on September the 20th, 1977. So it was the very beginning of my senior year. You know, September, the first full month of school. And I was already writing these things. And I actually sold this poem to a friend of mine. He turned it in school. Now, it just so happens that this guy who's the subject of the poem was in his class. He was a classmate. See, this friend had a different English teacher than me, and they also had the same assignment. So this poem, the teacher loved it so well, she read it out in class. And the person the poem was about recognized it was about him. And he got all embarrassed, turned red, slunk down in his desk and was trying to hide. He knew this was about him. It's kind of funny because this actually happened in a little dove hunt that he and I went on. I had a little single bang bang, and he had a auto, and he was having no luck. And I did have luck with just a little single bang bang, if you know what I mean. So let's see here. Judy says, "I'm here, Greg," and all right, good. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Goes by my hi, Greg. Just in from LA. All right. That's our veteran, says Bailey Fam. Yes, thank you. Now it is Veterans Day. All right, the Dove Hunter. In the field was George hunting dove. He carried a double 20. Pentameter ballad, right? In the field was George hunting dove. He carried a double 20. Circling the sky, swooping above, the birds flying were plenty. He shot and shot, but didn't hit any. He couldn't use any excuse, for the birds flying were many. Of none did he reduce. George was a little bit mad. He shot for all he could, but not one dove was to be had. Get one he knew he should. Into a flock of birds George shot. But the results made him sad. For though the birds were an awful lot, not yet one had he had. So we leave George standing in the field till the sky turns dark gray. Unsuccessful hunter that would not yield, yet to be back another day. Oh, that flock of birds is blackbirds, by the way. I even wrote a poem about Grendel and Beowulf's fight. I saw that one too. So those first two, so these are all about friends and things that happened in high school. I'm going to read more of these, but I'm going to go to another one down here. Bolo the Mountain Man. I pick on myself too. Bolo the Ditch Digger. You know, I pick on myself in these poems just as much as anybody else. From behind the wheel where he sits, no driver could be meaner. You better look out for it's Bolo the Ditch Cleaner. The Loner Bill. Now, this is a very nice poem here. Oh, that should have been longer. Okay, all right, that's not the longer. That poem is, you know, about people who are feeling isolated, the revolt. Here we go. This was from the days that we were in ROTC. Now, all of us guys in high school had nicknames for each other. You know, we all had a nickname. Bolo was mine. Everybody had a nickname. This is where if you're an old high school buddy of mine, you will recognize everybody in here, pardon some of the language. But we were all in ROTC. And in my third year, we kind of had a revolt because there's one guy that they kind of put in charge that was not so popular amongst a bunch of us back in the day. He's actually a friend of mine, you know, and a Facebook friend. And since, you know, we don't have these animosities anymore. This is high school stuff. You know, there's a lot of people back in high school. We had animosities with each other. They were all chummy buddies. You know, we went through a lot of stuff together, you might say. So, but today we were not, you know, a lot of us didn't get along so well. So, in my second year in high school, I was, you know, when I was in ROTC, I became a first sergeant, which is over a company. which was, man, I was really going up fast in ROTC. But when I took my third year of ROTC, I did not sign up to take ROTC full time. I was alternating with a botany class, and they didn't like that, so I didn't get a company. They gave me a platoon instead. Now, I had the best drill platoon. I didn't get a word for that, but I dropped ROTC that third year, and a lot of us did. We called it the revolt. A lot of us quit because we were not happy with the things done. The reason I'm reading this now is our nickname for George was Lips. I think do we call him Lips in here? Let me see. He had a couple of nicknames he went by, and I leave him pretty much the same way in here that we left him in the other poem. You're going to see the similarity when I read this. I'm near drowning Bolo. Yep, he's called Lips in here. Okay, very good. So let me read this to you, because this poem kind of fits with the other one, because it ends in the same way with the same guy. Bless his heart. George was a real good friend of mine, so I think the world of him. But I hadn't seen him since high school. Not seen him since then. Great were the opportunities, they said in RO. I joined ROTC. Easy, Weasel, Battleship, and Bolo, Captain Kurt, Frank, and Lips were we. That was all my good buddies back in the day. Favored by Sergeant Bonds was Cadet Cod. He had a very big mouth. He had a head made of black sod from them northbound mules in south. Well, okay, you see that? I had a way of saying things about folks in the days. He was given command over all drill. Authority, he soon took hold. Off Cadet Cod, we got a bit filled, so we staged our revolt. Still in class, some didn't go outside. Those that did were few. All Colonel Ram's orders were now defied. He was now overthrew. Captain Kirk quit. RO fell in. Cadet Cod went to Jacksonville. Now, he actually left. The colonel feared RO had in. Could it survive in Albertville, where I went to high school? Battalion commander was Uzi made. He dropped it at the last minute. Lips was put over the broken parade. Weren't many left in it. Offered Lieutenant Colonel. Frank wouldn't take it. Earl quit, so did Silas. While T-Hog and Monty only fake it, RO was in a fuss. Bolo and Bonds had a small spat. Bolo came in before drill, tucked in his uniform and his hat. This place they had to fill. That's me. So we leave Lips, remaining in RO. Quite gung-ho, they say. The last gung-ho cadet we know, remaining to graduation day. You see, I left him the same way as in the Dove Hunter. So we leave George standing in the field. To the sky turns dark gray. Unsuccessful hunter that would not yield, yet to be back another day. Hey, George was a good friend. So I think the world of him, thought the world of him. So as you can see, I had a way of doing things the same style, ending stories the same way, because I thought that was kind of poetic. These are stories. These are stories about my friends and things that happen. Occasionally where I nearly drowned. I'll read these more to you. Bolo's flight. All right, some crazy things that happened back in the days. And this is one of the funniest ones. Bigfoot's attacks. I think I've read this one out of my notebook to you guys. Something's messed up in the way this is typed up, though. Like I said, I had a homeless girl type it up, and I saw Sergeant was spelled up there. See, I wrote all these. Look, most of them were written in September 1977 when I was 17 years old, 17 and a half, you might say. Wow, most of these are dated September. A few poems might have been dated a little bit later. That's in 78. About a couple of them about a girlfriend I had back in the days. About 3 of them on her. The Last Ride. Now, this is a very poetic poem here. I'll have to read this, and y'all might really appreciate. And it's got some misspellings in it, but okay, I can still read it. I wrote all this in cursive, by the way. That shouldn't have been the last one in there. There was more poems in that book than that. That's sad if that's the last one, because I actually wrote several more poems. Apparently, I have lost some. All right, I will read more of these to y'all in the future. But Gorgeous Awesome, requested. That's Roxanne and Andrew, by the way. They are a married couple. Gorgeous Awesome, 2 people. They're a lovely young married couple. So I You know, I fulfilled the request reading some of this stuff. Oh my gosh, I did lose some. This is not everything. She didn't finish typing them all in. I see that now. I had a book of poetry, guys. Wow. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna stop the share. Hello, how are y'all doing? Check the chat messages here. Finish the sweet GG. Let's go up here. See what I missed in the chat room. What a bit. Poetry party here. Exactly, poetry party. That alliterates too. All right, New Days Always is in the house. Bailey family from ZZ Top equal Greg. Hey, you just need my sunglasses, right? Oops. These are camo, so I can be accosting with ZZ Top and well, they can play the guitar, right? ZZ Top, maybe a Duck Dynasty. Oh, anyway, all righty. So check it out. Let's see what the folks are saying here. Yeah, Green. Let's see. I grade this thing. All right, Smurfs. Kevin Smurf, Garen, Marf's a little crazy now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I quit watching Marf when he started promoting that a certain kind of shield, which I think is snake oil. All right. Other than that, Marf's been pretty good, but you know, hey, my buddy Ed over at Prepper Nurse Mona loves Marf, vice versa. I chatted with Marf in email. I didn't really have time to go into everything, keep that conversation up. All right. Gorgeous says, love it. Okay, very good. Good one, Greg. New Days Always. And Drops family, I quit duck hunting a long time ago. All right. So, okay, Ray, everyone has a nickname here. Be careful of the language, guys. You should wear bolo ties. I got a buddy who makes tons of bolo ties. He's a geologist, Ed Kiker. I videoed him on here. We talked about, I got a video with Ed. We talked about, you know, is Earth coming, are we heading toward a snowball Earth? You know, Earth's been cooling down steadily since the extinction of the dinosaurs, steadily cooling for millions of years. And, you know, this so-called global warming is nothing. It's a tiny little spike on top of a giant amount of heat we used to have. And, you know, our carbon dioxide used to be 1,200 parts per million. So, maybe higher. It might have been over 2,000 parts per million at one time. So the Earth used to be a whole lot warmer. I mean, we had trees growing in the Arctic and in the Antarctic. Trees were growing in Antarctica. So, and there were crocodiles in the Arctic region 50 million years ago. But that wasn't even the warmest period. That was the warm period we had 50 million years ago, but it was like a spike, little spike coming up, which was not near as high as the warmer periods way back when. So this whole notion that there was going to be an extinction of it and everybody's going to die out, and the greatest threat to Earth is a certain thing, you know, which they have renamed climate change. I'm going to tell you, the biggest threat to Earth is nuclear war. The biggest threat to the environment, the biggest threat, or just the second big, well, maybe this big a threat is if the grid goes down, the power grid goes down. We're not serving our power grid. We just spent all this money in the infrastructure bill, supposing because we're worried about global warming, when they still didn't put the money in to harden the power grid. What we're talking 21, I think it's $2.1 trillion in this new initiative. And if it had taken just $2 billion, a little tiny bit of that 2 trillion, and put it into hardening the grid, you'd have done more to protect the environment than all that other stuff together. Because if these nuclear cooling pools, if nuclear power plants, I'm not even talking about the reactors, if the cooling pools evaporate their water down, you're going to have an environmental catastrophe beyond belief. You're going to wipe out so much life on Earth from that. It's going to be absolutely mind-numbing. It will be worse. It will be catastrophic beyond compare. And they're not even talking about it. They're not looking at it. They had a chance to fix this so many times. And that's infuriating people like me who've been promoting power grid defense. That's my podium plaque. I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences, my friends. And I am in 2 power grid defense committees actively right now. Well, I missed my meeting today of Peter Pry's organization. I had too much going on. There's another one Friday, another grid, Secure the Grid organization that I will be attending. So, Kay Ray, our names are Roxanne and Andrew. There you go. That's right. I just mentioned that earlier. I was a poet and didn't know it. There you go, JoJo. Yeah. Let's see. All right, got some roses back and forth here. Everybody's chatting with each other. That's what you should do here. We're gonna do some weather here in a little bit. Sweet GG. Hello, Granny. I have had a long, hard time getting anyone to deliver out here in the boondocks. Out in the boondocks. Remember that song, guys? Buttercups and mouse of woolly mammoths. You know, buttercups are toxic. That's true. Yeah. I come out mood. That means green and warm weather. It's kind of funny, you know, the Siberia was kind of warm during the ice ages. North America was cold. And I think we had very different air currents in the time. Now, the evidence does not support the Earth moving, except back 82 million years ago, the Earth flipped physically. I don't think it was a crust flip. I think the whole Earth tilted. This crustal flip stuff, I'm not buying that. And I went over that in previous videos. Arizona calling, Greg. Oh, I know. I keep hearing Arizona calling. I got to get out there. 40 acres in Arizona begs development. I just got to get some time to get out there and some money to do what I want to do. I got to put in a well. Fukushima pounding out poison for years. Yes. And Fukushima, at least they're spraying water on the cooling pools to keep it off and going in the air, guys. It can be far worse, guys. Me and ZZ got some history. That's a funny story. And I will make you laugh. Okay. And so hard you pee your pants and laughing. Oh my God. You have to tell us, JoJo. You got to tell us. Carrie Wilson says, heard fertilizer prices have doubled. Oh my God, it's not just doubled. It's gone way beyond doubling, guys. Fertilizer has shot through the roof. Farmers, a lot of them are saying they can't afford it. There's concerns about food next year. Serious concerns about food. That's why you need to go to prep. Do 2 things. Grow your garden, and you can get seeds, heirloom seeds, the kind you need to plant, so you can replant them, get the same plants back. Go check out my links to send me my videos, which I seldom post on these live sessions. Like the ones I upload, like the last one I did that nobody looked at on gardening. Everybody tells me, Greg, you need to do more gardening videos. You need to do shorter videos. When I do shorter videos, less people look at them. When I do garden videos, less people. When I do a short gardening video, nobody looks at it almost. So I got 300 some odd views, and it was posted a couple of days ago on my little okra experiment. So, but if you go to that video, you will find my link to True Leaf Marketing. Click that, get the seeds, and go to prepwithgreg.com because you're going to need some food to get it while the prices are still cheap. That's not going to be true very much longer off because everything's going to. So get it while the getting's good. But I've been keeping on last year. It's research in Mariana's Trench. That's the deepest trench on Earth, guys. Out in the Pacific Ocean on the eastern side. And it's the deepest point, Mariana's Trench. And it's, we've sent bathyscaphe down there a couple times. I heard horse manure is bad fertilizer. No, it's not bad. It's just the horse kind of squeezed a lot of nutrition out, and the downside of using horse manure is it's got a lot of weed seeds in it. Lots of weed seeds. Now, I have used that a lot for bedding for worms. Cow manure is better if you can get it, but horse farms is a place where they usually use front end loaders to get it out. They don't use it down at cattle farms because they don't want the horses standing in the stuff. Cows don't care so much. All horse farms have front end loaders and can load it up for you, so it's good for a source for stuff like that. But the weed seeds are a bit of a problem in it. I'm starting to switch to tree wood chips and stuff like that. Those wood chips have a better mineral content. They got less weed seeds in them, but it takes a year or so. You got to set the stuff out in compost piles for a year or so for it to break down enough just to put it in worm beds. Because otherwise you're running worms and it just sticks, Tillman, and beat the worms up. And yeah, that's not so good. Let me see what else people are saying in here. It's hilarious, Greg. I would love to share it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Maybe I should call you one night. Take care of that. Maybe I should call you one night and maybe do a video. All right, some Jimmy Jeans into the microcosm strike zone. Jimmy Jeans. I'm not sure what you're saying that in there. Carrie, keep trying, but eyes closed for most. Oh, okay. Last year a cord of wood was $175. This year's $300. Oh yeah, they just come out on CBNC. You went to bleh. And they said, oh, consumer price index is up 6.2% in the month of October. Well, I'm glad you discovered that inflation's going on and you're willing to admit it, but it's a lot more than that. Jeez, I mean, look at gas and everything. We're paying double for gas or more. Judy, I'm paying $240 a cord for wood. That's up in Maine. They got tons of wood. 2 cords, yeah, she got them for $250 cord. Okay. True Helper says, Mr. Allison, you know we love you, brother. Hey, Lou. There you go, True Helper. Thank you. Hey, Lou. Hang a rocket from my balloon and off they go. Let's see here. I grew up in the desert and we had all kinds of worms. They were skinny but plentiful. Okay, JoJo, that sounds cool. Desert worms. Anyone here near Bucks County? I have plenty of extra firewood. All right, well, that's good to know, True Helper. Thank you. So if anybody's there, they got it for you. Ken Wilson, horse manure is fine, not as refined as cow due to yeah. Well, yeah, cows got a manure that worms love. They love, but they like rabbit manure even better. Judy, I like to turn Ring Rig's videos over time. I go anywhere. I like to turn them on. When I get home, he is still on. My cats watch. I'm glad your cats like me. I got some cats. We just chainsaw 20 cords last weekend. My hands hurt, says Bailey Pham. Oh, that's great. Anyway, wow. Yeah, I'd say, wow, that's a lot of work. 20 cords. Atlanta. I need to call and sell someone the wood, trees, and X's backyard. Oh, the trees, okay. All right, JoJo. Gather your wood. We're going to need it, folks. No kidding. Mushroom compost. Yes, that's good for worms, good for gardens. I got 65 bags of mushrooms sitting on my front porch, and they've been there fruiting in the bags for over a month. I bought all material to build some mushroom houses. I've been a little busy with my day job. I mean, just crazy busy, working crazy hours. Try to finish up a document I've been working on for 4 years. This Tuesday, I sent it to the Avionics and Software Control Board, and they approved it. And I'm taking it to DQA now for final checks. They got to go through. It's a CM thing to make sure that all the changes and red lines I made were in accordance with the comments and action items, the forward work items that I had submitted earlier. So we can't just change things willy-nilly because it's a configuration control document I've been developing for some time. It's for the Integrated Avionics Test Facility for the Space Launch System. Yeah, I work on the Integrated Avionics Test Facility. I think so those of you that are Facebook friends, I've posted in the past a picture of me in the Integrated Avionics Test Facility. And I'd have to look around to see if I could find that picture. I might just find it in some of my old pics things on here. I don't know. It'd probably take me too long to find it unless it's in my pics directory. Let me do a quick look to see if I can find it that way. Ding, 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 ding. Well, what can I find? La, 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 la. Might be good. Folder open to search for it. Hang on, guys. Let me do a quick search to see if I can find that photo. And I don't know if I'm going to find it or not. I'll do just a quickie. La 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 la. Where's it at? Bids. Yeah. Give me a second. I got a folder that I like to take pictures from when I do videos. You know, sometimes when I edit a video that I upload, I will put some of my little personal music where I'm like drumming with my hands and, you know, bird sounds and stuff like that in there, like the cardinals that I recorded out here. Yeah, I'll share this directly with you guys. Hang on. This is the directory from which, hey, I'll show you one of the YouTubers shows you the back doors of everything they're doing. These are pictures that I draw from a lot of times, and little video snippets that I use in making all this stuff. And a lot of times I turn off the video and just play the sound. But you know, I record these things, guys. I don't see the picture of me in the IETF lab in this directory. It must be somewhere. Oh, here is me with oh, no, that's not the one I thought it was. That's a Jack Brantley. Those of you the worm farmers, he's a major worm farmer, guys, down in South Georgia. He's got like a 12-acre worm farm. But I ain't buying no worms from that guy no more. Last time I did it was a disaster. They were all blue worms. This is me with this is me in the LAX airport wearing the hat that Rex gave me right after he gave it to me. Here I am with a Minuteman missile behind me. That's in Georgia too, by the way. Check this out. This used to be on my desk at work back in the days. Now, that desk is still allocated to me. Here's some of my turmeric. And I think Bayleaf IM or somebody mentioned buttercups in the mammoth. So let me show a picture of some buttercups. Bang! Buttercups. Suck it up, buttercup. Here's a picture from the Huntsville substation, sunset. So if you see that picture and some of my stuff, I'm using that in some of my power grid videos. This is a town in Georgia called Mystic. You know, I just had to stop, and they had a tornado go through. So these trees behind me ripped up a tornado, rebuilding that school behind me. So I just had to pull over in Mystic and get a picture. You know, it kind of fits, right? So I have a little fun with that. Let's see what else here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some new sunset pictures to put in here. I love sunsets. Here I am with a space shuttle. There I am. All right, guys. Here I am with no beard and short hair in the VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building, with a space shuttle behind me, and that was taken in 2006, I think it says. And here I am. That's me. That's the space shuttle stacked behind us. Told you I'm a space guy. Yeah. Check this frog photo. That's on my microgreens. I haven't used that photo yet. That's on my microgreens trailer. Took that picture at night, and that's kind of a start picture. I love it. So if y'all want to see the video, it goes with some of the sound you see me putting in sometimes. I'm actually drumming on my desk or on some other stuff. All right, if I ever get a copyright strike for the drumming, I can prove it's me. And here's the cardinal. That's not the sound. Female cardinal. Where's the sound at? That's a snake I caught once upon a time. Hey, like that. Don't tread on me. Somewhere I got it here. This is a picture I took in Plains, Georgia, where Jimmy Carter's from. I've used that in some of my videos. This is me at work. L5 is the L5 Society, which is the Lagrange Point 5. We got a National Space Society pin, another L5 pin over here. I'm actually wearing a suit there. These horns sticking out of my head are the trusses of the International Space Station, and I wasn't in space. Let's see here. What am I hunting here, guys? I'm hunting some more sound. See, nobody else on YouTube shows you their ink pools, the stuff they pull from to do their videos. I show you everything, guys. I can show you my back screen. Check this out. Here I was in the hospital. I thought I kind of got the idea of taking a picture of myself in some smocks before I went and got an MRI or something. So how's that? Kind of funny. Here I am at work. About this. This was in Sholo, Arizona, guys. Take this picture in Sholo, Arizona. They had a whole store themed to the previous president in Sholo, Arizona. All right, I'm hunting some of my other soundtracks that I use for a lot of my videos. Here I am at one of my Power Grid Defense conferences, the first one. This is Ambassador Hank Cooper I've had on the channel. That's General Ken Krosniak. This is Steve Nixon. He's an EMP physicist. That's Dr. Peter Vincent Fry. He's been on my channel many times. That's Ed Kiker. That's the guy who makes a lot of bolo ties. He's actually not wearing a bolo tie, which is rare for him there. He's been on my channel. These are members of the Huntsville, Alabama L5 Society. Some of us up front, back in here. And he's been president of the chapter. I think he's the current president of the chapter is not in this picture. So this is an organization I started back in 1983, and there's a podium placard that you see behind me, guys. Cut that out. I'm hunting some more of my little videos. Hope I'm not boring you guys with this stuff. Oh, you got to see this picture. One of the cutest pictures I've ever taken. Rudolph. You know, Santa has a Santa shop, and there's the worm Santa shop, and there's Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, guys. Yes, Rudolph works for Santa, and I'm Santa, and this is Rudolph. Oh, ain't that a cute picture? That's a guy. A little too cute to be a guy, right? Yeah. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. A little too cute to be a guy. It's a guy. He worked for me at one time. Oh, here's a picture I thought I was pulling up earlier. Me and astronaut. Oh my God, I'm getting brain locked now. He was on Apollo 13. I used to work for him. And behind me is the engines of the Saturn V vehicle. That's the F1. Well, that's the shuttle main engine, which is now RS-25. And I think that is the J2 second stage and third stage engine. So, oh God, I'm getting brain locked. Shoot. I can't think of his name right now. I'm getting brain locked, guys. That's the picture I thought I was opening when I got the picture of Jack and I. All right. He was on Apollo 13. He was the guy supposed to have been the lunar module commander or pilot. And it turned out that, you know, Lovell was the overall commander. It turned out that the lunar module is what saved those guys. And he was sick. He was sick up there. He had like a bug, a serious bug. And for some reason, I can't think of his name, which is crazy because he was over the space station integration contract that I worked on at the time. This man signed my paycheck on 2 different times because I went to work for Grumman on 2 different occasions, and he signed my first paycheck because and I was in a different division, but he was over that. Last time I was in the defense division, he was over. But I actually cashed both checks, even though he signed them personally by hand. So, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I can't think of his name. Getting brain like it happens to me sometimes, guys. So let me close that picture, and let me hunt the some other sound. It's one drum roll. I got other drums drumming. I mean, here's my redbird sound. That's one of them. Here's me drumming. I think there's a redbird in the background when I'm drumming here on a. I'm just drumming on a plastic shelf here. Trying to get sound effects. You'll hear that in a lot of my videos. I disable the video because I'm playing pictures. When I did, there's my boat in the background. There's my boat. This is just a bookshelf or a plastic shelf that I often threw worms on when it's shipping. Mantley. No, it's not Mantley. It's not King Mantley. Ken Mantley worked at Marshall for a while. I went in his office several times. No, it's not Mantley. Dadgummit. Ah, heck, guys. Give me a second. I'll come up with the name. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. How come he's got everything else in what I'm looking for? Fred Hayes. Fred Hayes. Actually, his son Steve Hayes is one of my Facebook friends. Duh. Fred Hayes. Fred Hayes. That was Fred Hayes, guys. Sorry about that. Cut me a minute. What's wrong with me? It's Fred Hayes. I love a wood chipper. Hello, thrills for me. There you go, baby fam. I hear you. That wasn't Jack Swickert. It's Fred Hayes. Fred Hayes. I think Swickert was supposed to have been on that mission and got replaced. Full drops. I'll look for my. Yeah, Jack Swickert is one of the big asteroid defense guys too, and from the astronaut corps. If anybody ever saw the book Space Colonies, written by Stuart Brand, he features Jack Swickert pretty prominently in that book. So if you've never seen that, check it out. It's if you can find it. He used to do the Whole Earth catalog also, Stuart Brand, and Stuart Brand funded the first and second, maybe the first couple of space colony space manufacturing facilities, they were called, manufacturing conferences held by Gerard K. O'Neill. Gerard K. O'Neill was the guy who popularized or basically come up with the notion of these big space habitats. And I did meet Gerard K. O'Neill at the University of Alaska in Fairbanks, at the Fairbanks campus back in 1981, the fall, winter of. And that night I saw the best aurora borealis I ever saw in my life. It was like somebody poured watercolors in the sky and smeared them out everywhere with their fingers. Like God just poured the colors in the sky like finger paints. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Check this picture out, guys. There I am with a scythe. I've been mowing grass there with a scythe, by the way. That was when I had a garden also in Taft, Tennessee. That's not my house. I rented a garden spot in Taft, Tennessee. I was an interstate gardener back in the day. Let's see, what else can I show you that's of interest? Here's a picture that now I did this picture, and this combination picture was made by Rex Bear, by the way. Rex Bear put that together and used it as a thumbnail and sent it to me. So I love that. Wearing a New Mexico hat right there from the X Prize organizations. Because I'm in the rocket park at the Marshall Space Flight Center. That's Wernher von Braun. That's Ernst Stuhlinger back here. I knew him. And let's see here. I'm going to stop there. Ernst Stuhlinger was a real nice man. Oh, I did a stop share. I didn't know if I meant to stop share or not. Let me go back in that direction and see if there's something else I want to show. Ding ding. I probably showed everything that's worth seeing. I actually want to go over some other stuff here. La 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 la. But yeah, hey, it shows you the background stuff, what they pull from. Oh, well, we'll go back here. I'm gonna go back here for a minute. There's one thing I'll show y'all. Give me a second. One momentum, please. Ding ding ding. And JoJo will recognize what I'm about to show you guys here. I think it's some artwork. I wish I could get this to Zoom fights me when I'm in here, because Zoom, every time I go up to try to move something, the Zoom control panel goes down. Every time I move up, just to change the screen, the Zoom control panel goes down and gets in my way. La 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 la. That's a thumbnail Rex made. The video I did with him. Check this out, guys. Ding 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 ding. This was the picture I took of some artwork that was at LeakCon. And this is gorgeous, awesome right here. There's Andrew, there's Roxanne. wearing crystal crowns of crystals. Are you still with us tonight, Gorgeous Awesome? That's Christian from oh shoot, that's Christian from Ice Age Farmer. That's Rex Bear back when he had hair. Let's see, that's the Sousa down here. Where's that's that's Diamond from Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And guess who this is with the long hair here? I didn't even recognize this. I didn't recognize who was in his picture. A bunch of little aliens running around. LeakCon, you see this? LeakCon 2019. This is up in Colorado, guys. Hey, y'all still with us, Gorgeous Awesome? Yeah, that was Rex Bear back when he had hair. So these were, some of the primary speakers. They don't have David Devine here. David Devine was there. It's just some of the people that was involved in LeakCon. So I thought it's kind of funny. I was at the top. My beard, I got a bigger beard than that. My beard's not white, but it used to look white when I didn't have the stage cameras in front of me here and was only using the light overhead. Made my hair look white in some of my earlier videos with Rex. Rex has come a long way. Diamond too. I love Derek Rose and his wife. Yeah, they're all there. All right. Ouch, I remember hair, says Ron. I guess Gorgeous Awesome's gone, so I'll have to show this again next time they're in here with us. That was I thought about making a t-shirt. Yeah, there was a piece of art and they auctioned it off. And I missed that part of the auction. I was a little bit short of cash that day. Had I been there, I'd have loved to have bought that. Somebody else bought it. I would love to have bought that though. Radiation loves hair. Anyways, let's stop that share. Bang. Hello. little fun there. Anyway, Fred Hayes. Why can I think of Fred's name? Sometimes I get brain a lot like that. That's sad. I used to say when I was a kid, I can't wait till I get older so I can have an excuse for those kind of moments. I'm getting there now. I'm getting there. Yeah. My beard's white, hair on my temple's white now. And it makes the underneath part of my mane here get white, but not the top. So let's see here. To talk about high rent, food prices, fuel prices, and no job. Yeah, that's sad. That may be where I'm heading, guys. Because of a certain presidential mandate, I have filed for an exemption. I've not heard back yet. Don't know when I'll know, but I'll know before the 8th of December. I'm pretty sure of that, because that's the deadline. At least I think I'll know by then. I may be out, guys. I may be out. I'm trying to do other things for other income just in case I can't go yet. Greg, go where? I can't go yet. Go where, Bailey fam? Days. Bailey, if I remember correctly, the first vid I saw from Diamond was covering the melting starfish on the Pacific. Oh, gray, I mean. Oh, look, I'm 61, and check it out. I still got red hair. And it's still red at the roots, at least on top. But the gray started down here in the beard, and it's been working on my mustache. The beard was redder than my hair at one time, and it turned gray. I was a red beard, and then the mustache started turning gray. There's still a few red hairs in it. It ain't all gone, or I would say strawberry blonde. My hair color is strawberry blonde, which is a form of redhead. So the gray is working its time in its way. My mom, when she was died when she was 76, she was still natural redhead. She was a real redhead. Her hair was redder than mine. SOC sex gone by SECS gone by 2025. Now, what are you talking about, April? What's SOC sex? I don't know. SECS, not SEX. What are we talking about, April? Oh, Social Security. Social Security. All right, I get it. Gone by 2025. Well, that would suck. Wow. Men look great gray. There we go, Bailey fam. Well, I'm heading that way eventually. I just work with my Santa Claus image better, right? Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. If you hadn't noticed, I got little Santas all over the place around here. Tons of little Santas. And my Christmas lights around my bookshelf died on me. I gotta get a bulb. I thought I had a bulb replacement kit. I can't find it. Tons of Santas. This is given to me by Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. There's a whole bunch of Santas up on that bookshelf. If you see, and you might see some rockets up there on that one. More rockets. Hey, I got a rocket in my backyard. I got the DCX rocket interstage in avionics bay in my backyard, which is in that direction. Don't everybody have a rocket in the backyard? Oh yeah, and I got a rocket motor right here. Everybody's got a rocket motor beside their desk, don't they? How many preppers and gardeners got rocket motors all over the place, right? That's a hybrid rocket motor. This was the motor, test motor for our Cat's Prize rocket, which was the precursor of the picture of it. Let's see. I'll point you over to that place. Let's see in the picture here. There is the Spaceship One somewhere on this wall here. I don't think you can see the picture. I think it must be hidden. You can't. Why can't you see it? Yeah, it's right in the middle. There it is. That's Spaceship One right there, hanging in that White Knight one. This is what won the X Prize. This motor right here is the daddy of that motor, and the granddaddy of the motor that took Richard Branson into space. Absolutely. My guys that worked on this stuff went out and worked for Scale Composites. I had a core of a rocket in trunk. There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. My buddy Tim Pickens had a rocket-powered truck at one time. All right, I got a Patriot missile nozzle sitting on my back porch. Drops. Last time I looked at rocket, it was an M1 for failure analysis. Okay. I was never for any. Okay, Bailey, if I get you, bingo. Had to fix a building that's gone. Uh-oh. Well, I'm building a building right now. I'm building a mushroom house, guys. But like I said earlier in my video, I had a slow start on it. So most of my mushrooms that are sitting on the front porch have been there way too long. Jojo, the mandate is commercial scan. Hey, yeah, look, Big Pharma owns Congress. Big Pharma owns Congress. Big Pharma is one of, in my opinion, one of the worst things that's happening in America. They are the biggest drug pushers. Big scam. Big Pharma, AMA. I am no fan of AMA. I'm no fan of Big Pharma. All this crap they push has severe side effects. Everything. All that medicinal junk they put out. Started out. Who set the AMA up? The Rockefellers. Why? Because they also own Big Oil, and they started Big Pharma as a spinoff of their petroleum industry. And they had to stamp down everything else that was out there. That's why our friends like New Days Always has a little bit of a challenge with herbs, if you know what I mean, and many other people. Stuff that won't hurt you, doesn't have the side effects that Big Pharma has. Now, there are some herbs that can get you too. I had a particular herb that put me in convulsions. It was a legal herb, not something illegal. So they're powerful. You gotta know what you're doing, guys. You gotta know what you're doing. So corporations control the government, owns them actually. Yeah, practically. I did a video some time back called "How Government is Actually Run." Now we're gonna go into the weather stuff here in a little bit. It's usually the first thing I do on Wednesday nights and Friday nights, right? I'm gonna pull that screen down. I'm gonna pull up channel dashboard. I'm gonna go over to my main screen. YouTube. No, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Go here, your channel. I'll pull this up in a minute. All right, so we're gonna do a little exercise on how to find videos here on the channel. Bing, bing, bing. All right. This is my little add-in I got called TubeBuddy. So you won't see that on YouTube. You'll see all the channel videos on the channel. Just click videos, and it won't show them by the playlist. It'll show them by everything on the channel. And it starts out with the most recent usually. And so, yeah, see my okra experiment. Look, 393 views, and this has been posted. It says a day ago. It's longer than that. So, you know, it's like everybody tells me to do more gardening videos, do more short videos. This is a short video. Really? They perform horribly on my channel now. So let's see, you can sort by age, by most popular, but we're going to do something different because I got so many videos in here, you still won't find what you're looking for. So let's just look for the term government. Hang on, I got me my laptop so I can get access to my keyboard. I left and did code. Okay. What herb was that nowadays? Yohimbe. Let's see here. Governemp. Yeah, I tried something called Yohimbe. Okay. Well, I mentioned government in all these videos. Hey, there's a video with Judy Dowell down here and her daughter Cherry. Right there. That's Judy. That's Cherry. If you haven't seen my Seeds of Survival video, you need to watch that. She's the granddaughter of oh shoot, there's me and David Devine. She's the granddaughter of one of the Apollo astronauts that walked on the moon. He took the tree seeds there. Daniel, help me out. From I think it's Apollo 12. All right, Daniel, if you're in the room, help me out. Have a mind block again. But she had the bug. She's the granddaughter of one of the Apollo astronauts. Rusa is the last name. Astronaut Rusa. Come on, guys, help me out, Daniel. Oh, Daniel will get that. Anyway, let's not find what I want to find. So I'm gonna type in the title, the whole title. How government. So I think I got ACTUA. How government actually run. So if that gets it. There we go. You see this thumbnail? That's me. In a black suit, short hair, no beard, in the halls of Congress. This is a member of HAL 5, who's that other photograph. That's Ronnie LaJoy. This is a black lady named Kendra, who is with a black organization. I can't remember, some society of black engineers, black women engineers or something like that. And I don't remember who this was, some other guy from the National Space Society. That's my video, How Government is Actually. Guys, I need Stuart Rosa. Thank you, Stuart Rosa. You're right, Antonio. Thank you, Stuart Rosa. That's his granddaughter. Hey guys, pardon me, I gotta step away for just a minute. I'll be right back. Pardon me, I want to return. Y'all chat with each other for a few minutes. I shall return, and we'll go over the space weather and Earth weather. I'm back. Sorry for the break, guys. I had to drink a couple cups of coffee to de-zombify myself while I did this video. And unfortunately, that required me to have to go find a dry tree. Oh yeah, let me stop the share here. Hey, hello. Let's start the share back here in a second. And let's see, Bailey, Mr. Drop says, I already know, just preparing for the sinkhole. Oh, Hot Rod from Tatooine. Got something with, oh, you retracted a message? Okay. High amperage, interest time, many connections lately. High amperage. Hey, I'm an electrical engineer, guys. Oh, what happened to my screen? Being our, did I close my chat room screen? Looks like it closed. Dadgum. Hang on, I gotta go back to it. That's, you know, sometimes you touch these touch screens, things happen that you don't want to happen. Pardon on me. I'm typing this in on my laptop. And that's so that I can keep up with the chat while I'm off looking at all these other screens. This allows me to multiplex. If you're an engineer, you know what multiplex and demultiplexing means. So I'm gonna put this video back up. Hope I can catch back up with the chat room. I lost it there. And as long as a tree got watered, you're good. It's about to rain here tomorrow. For those of you that don't know, urine is got a lot of ammonia in it, and ammonia is converted by nitrosomonas bacteria into nitrites. But nitrobacters turn nitrites into nitrates. Nitrates form plant fertilizer. So plants love nitrates. So if you water a tree, you're doing it a favor. It says thank you. All right, gorgeous, awesome. Just leave. Hope they saw the pictures I showed of them earlier. Say, gorgeous, awesome. Thank you, Green Greg, for the portrait. We love hearing your stories and your creativity. We got to get to bed. We love y'all. Good night. We really appreciate you. Well, good night. Hey, I love you guys. Roxanne and Andrew, gorgeous, awesome. And y'all saw the artwork of them wearing a crown of crystals. Hey, they do a lot of crystal work, guys. So Wolfman Jackal, I did the same with my friends. Okay. The family military, they worship the Bush presidents. Now, I don't worship the Bush presidents, not one little bit. I'm not exactly a fan of them at all. What doing, peeps? Says Hot Rod. Okay, Hot Rod from Tatooine. Yeah, I love to have one of them Tatooine hot rods. Be good for running around the desert in Arizona when I get out there. Hey, can you sell me one of them? Devil's Den. Yeah, well. All right, let's see here. Urea and ammonia is short for commercial applications. There you go. High amperage, Wolfman Jackal. Greenland, I think, no contact with family for years. Oh, quite alone in the world. Okay, that's why to come here, Wolfman Jackal. I've been called socially invisible unless someone needs of me. Okay. It poured rain last night. Yeah, well, it's coming here tomorrow. Don't turn on the red light. Oh, talking about Roxanne. Okay, Bayleaf. You found your portrait books? No. But what I did find was where I've hired a girl to type in my ballads. Apparently, she didn't get the whole set because I just went through the file. So at least I got some of them. I got some of the older ones. Nitric acid beets. Okay. Beets are full of nitrates, by the way. For your heart, blood pressure. Oh, okay. That's good. That's all good. Okay. We're going to go in here and look at what's going on in the world of weather because we don't know what's going on in the world, right? So we're going to go back and share the Google page. I mean, Greg, don't use Google. Well, it happens that, you know, I'm a YouTuber and YouTube is a subsidiary of Google. Most unfortunately. Anyway, guys, here it is. How government is actually run. How government is run on the thumbnail, but how government is actually run. It's one of my videos. And I talk about the incestuous relationship between the regulator and the regulatee agencies. And that very much forms a lot of what's going on in government and how things happen and why government is so corrupt. Bug in or bug out? So video show up here. Winners and losers, you choose. Oh, that's a good one. I forgot about that one. Quarantine living. Money laundering. So, oh, you're Mike and Rick. Somebody says, hey, that's my gas mask. That's my helmet. I've had them for a long time. I am overalls and camo. And I put some sugar canes behind me to make kind of look like bars like in jail, but I'm not sure they got across when they did that video. Living under the quarantine, solar storm. Yeah, you know, they were trying to put us under quarantine. They may do it again one day. Bug out, way out to Mars. Snowball Earth. That's the video I did with Ed. Snowball Earth. And I'm showing the temperature trend going down, whoop, ever since the day the dinosaurs died out. Seriously, guys, we've had far warmer temperatures. We're about the coldest Earth has ever been right now. Seriously, guys. Well, if I open this up, hang on. I got the sound turned off. All right, we got an ad coming on. Yeah. Skip ads. Bing. That's Ed Kiker right there. He's wearing a bolo. Somebody asked about bolo ties. Like I said, he'd wear a bolo. There I am with my necklace from Gorgeous Awesome and the Odin necklace my son gave me, which I got on right now. Let's see if we can come back in here. I want to skip around, see if I can find the charts. I met Ed Kiker in April of 1981 at Fort Greely, Alaska. He was the post environmental officer. He actually buried the core of the post nuclear power plant. Now, this is millions of years ago. Earth has been colder right here. This is snowball Earth right here. This is the snowball Earth period. You know, going back about 50 million years ago when the world was covered with snow. Whole Earth was frozen over. And then look, we've had some huge temperature spikes. This is temperature on this spike up here. We are way down here. If you trace across from here, only one time has it ever been colder in Earth's history. That's when Earth was a snowball. This is 100 million years ago. This whole chart is in millions of years ago. 100 million years ago, it's right here. This is roughly 65 million years ago. So ever since that asteroid hit Earth, we have been on a steep drop in temperature. Drop. So are we heading toward snowball Earth again? That was the topic of this video. I brought in my friend Ed Kiker, who is and talk about quaternary glaciation period. For those that don't know, we're still considered to be in the quaternary ice age. We're in what's known as an interglacial. And this is the period of the quaternary ice age here, showing the interglacials, which we're in right now, and how they drop off. And I see there's some dust that occurs right before we have the drop off in temperature, which is at the deepest part of the temperatures. This is from the Vostok ice core samples. You see Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News covered this chart a lot in his videos. So like this is from the Vostok station, which goes back, these ice core samples go back 420 million years. So nice graph, Greg. But yeah, seriously, guys, I talk about plate tectonics, global temperatures. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in this video. We talk a lot to this chart. So I don't know, for some reason they act like this. Whoever drew the line, the average line, makes it look like it's tapering off here and going up this. That's not what it's showing here. It's actually going, whoop. That line's not drawn right. I actually mentioned that in the video. So this is the period of glaciations down here at the bottom. The quaternary is actually about here forward. Oh yeah, 50 million years ago. So we had a temperature spike. That 50 million year old temperature spike where they talk about when we had the alligators, the North Pole is right here, which is not the warmest temperature we had. Not by any measure, guys. So let's see. Cocker's got a video with the Northern Lights behind him. Like I said, I met him in Fort Greely, Alaska. This is my habitat, universal habitat, and this is my Venus concept. Living in the atmosphere of Venus, guys. I've covered this several times. About videos. That's the Martian habitat there, guys, based on my universal habitat concept, which is in a simulation known as Kitely. We'll have to go back there again. This is my, let's see. Yeah, that's the habitat in rectangular form. You can do the circle, rectangular, octagonal, hexagon, which I like the hexagon best. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to go to weather here. I don't want to stop the share. I just want to shrink this down and go over to Wendy. Really find big things. I will say in our solar system has elliptical orbits that are swinging by soon. Jason Smith, Cloud City, exactly. I've designed a cloud city for Venus. All right, so Jacksonville and it's not getting as hard hit as, and St. Augustine aren't getting as hard, hit as hard as they were. But we still have circular rotation taking the weather in this direction. So that pattern is pretty much still going. Stuff coming out over Canada, coming down over Maine, going around the Atlantic, and coming back up on the eastern seaboard. Some of that comes a little bit further down and comes up the Gulf of Mexico. That's what I'm getting here, and it's going straight up, guys. Way up here, shooting west. Okay, so this stuff is kind of coming across the Hudson Bay, going down into Maine, looks like. That's what I love. You can study the wind patterns here, and you can see the wind speeds. Looks like Omaha's got some high winds. In Iowa City, 16, 15 knots. That's pretty brisk winds up there. Coming out, Tampa's 5, Jacksonville's 5. So that winds have died down in there. Now, everybody in the West Coast, I get the Chewy Weather's in our channel a lot. He sends me a lot of messages about weather. He's talking about, you know, how windy it's been. They have had like hurricane force winds just off the coast of Washington State and Oregon. And you can see it's really blowing hard going up this way. Ooh, we have some strong winds, guys. I wouldn't want to be in a boat right there right now. That would be some rough weather to be out in a boat off Vancouver Island. But on shore, it's not that bad. 4, 2, 7 knots in Vancouver, 2 knots in Seattle. But offshore, it's pretty brisk, very brisk. This is what's brought a lot of the moisture out west, guys. Albuquerque is 9 knots, 9 knots. No, like kind of alliteration. Only 1 knot in Fairbanks. Let's zoom in, look around Fort Greely, see what's happening. 2 knots in Delta Junction. All right, so they're not having a windy day there today. But they're known for wind there coming out of this Elizabeth Pass and Alaska Range. Yeah, by the way, Mount Hayes and Mount Deborah are right down here. So when I was at Fort Greely, I could look south. The sun would be to the south, and Mount Hayes and Mount Deborah look like jack-o'-lantern teeth to the south, you know. So that was kind of made for a really cool Halloween when you look in the south and the sky looks like jack-o'-lantern teeth, as the mountain peaks are so sharp and backlit by the evening sun. It did have a very unique Halloweenish looking appearance. Of course, the ground was covered with snow in the day. So that was a beautiful place to live, guys. I got some serious winds there. So let's back off a little bit nationally. Be safe and stay on the North American Crampton. No coastal areas, peeps. Yeah, coast, you can really get tidal waves. You know, you can get tidal waves from earthquakes, volcanoes, something like La Palma. You can get tidal waves from an asteroid impact. You can get tidal waves from the Russian Tsar Bomba. I've covered all these. These tidal waves, tsunamis can be awful. There's tsunamis actually coming to shore. They could reach to the Chicxulub event when the impact occurred down here. Probably had a wave 1,000 feet high hitting the Gulf Coast down here, and then went way inland, probably up past Mississippi. I've seen some reports that suggest that might have been 14,000 feet high, like the Rocky Mountains. That would have been awful. Now I live, but it's generally thought that a lot of these worst tidal waves would be 600 to 1,000 feet high. but as it goes inland into our square wall, it would drop off. If you live above 500 feet sea level, you're probably well off. I would want to be a little higher if possible, a little bit. I'm at 832 feet where I'm at here. Of course, it's 5,000 feet at my place in Arizona, which that's nice. So, yeah, 800 feet should be enough. And as long as you're well inland, I'm well inland here, like 300 some odd miles from the Gulf. So I'm not so worried about that. East Coast is screwed. Yeah, I agree with that. Because La Palma may not go this time, but it may go later. And it still could happen. I mean, it could blow really big and knock that shelf of rocks off. And if that all goes in the ocean, you're going to have a huge tsunami. So the Atlantic is also a big collection area for any asteroid impacts. And the same thing with the Pacific. Pacific is also a huge collector for potential asteroid impacts. Chances of an asteroid hitting Earth, almost 50% of it hit the Pacific, and everything around all the Pacific coast, all the ports will be wiped out. It'll really knock international trade down to zero almost. So that would be extremely catastrophic, not to mention the weather impacts from such an event. So, yeah, I just saw a recent article, a good one on the asteroid, about survival of an asteroid hit on Earth. I actually covered that in one of my videos. That's tempting me to do another video on that. For those that are coming in later, I've got a video I've been wanting to do since over a week now, like 2 weeks I've been wanting to do this video. And I handwrote notes for it. But it took me a long time just to get all these notes written, and it's going to take me a little bit. I just need to read through this in the video. But this is all about why China could attack us. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I really wanted to do it today. I just had I had some drama going on here today. I had some employees here, and then they got in some drama. So it kind of knocked me out of doing a video today. I got 17 pages of handwritten notes here to read to you about why. I had to get it all down. And you got this much material in your head, you got to collect it in order to present it properly. And it takes time to write notes like this. And so I'll do a video on this in the next, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow night. So look out for that tomorrow night. I might do something else for Veterans Day too, if I can. I got to get my taxes, some other things going. So Daniel, you're leaving. Got a 6 a.m. panel discussion. Okay, very good. Good night, Daniel. So la. Daniel should know the book I was talking about when I talked about Stuart Brand. That dude, asteroid will hit the mid of China. 110 miles. How do we know that drops in 2023? Asteroid mid China, 120 miles southwest of China. Mid China, but southwest. Now, what do you mean by that? Okay. So let's look at some of the rain weather here. Let's go look at rain and thunder. Where's it raining at? There you go. All right, Grand Atlanta, this is what was out in Utah yesterday. Today it's over Missouri and Arkansas. Vicki Savage is with us. She's seeing this, and also Wise Owl, but I think neither one of them's in right now. I got to start this video too late, I guess. When we get Wise Owl, if we've been earlier, I might have got. I hope Vicky's okay. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. She's had some health issues. And you see the wind still. Pretty good winds out here over the Atlantic. Maine, somebody in the channel right now, those up here. New days, old ways. I got some circulation out here. So that's the current rain. This is coming. I'm supposed to have rain all day tomorrow. Got some snow up here in Denver and Colorado, various spots of the Rockies. Portland got rain. Got snow here in eastern Oregon, mid Washington State. Look at all this heavy snow there in the mountains in British Columbia. And look over here, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta. Still scrolling in, so I'll find Dawson City for the show if I scroll in. Where's Dawson City at? Come on, Dawson City. Show me Dawson City. Dawson City is the end of the Alaska Highway. Not a good place to find it. We'll go to Google Maps and find it maybe later. Ding, ding. I have driven in the Yukon Territory, across northern British Columbia into Alberta and back into British Columbia. Drove down the Fraser River Canyon to Vancouver, turned south. Drove south to the Mojave Desert. I turned east till I found some big crack in the ground. I turned south until the cactus stood straight up, and I turned left and went, yeah, to Sweet Home, Alabama. Back in 1983. I bet a bunch of you weren't even born then. I got out of the Army at Fort Greely, Alaska. Right there. We got some snow up there. Fort Greely, Alaska. And that's where I met Ed Kiker in 1981. He's one of my best friends. Right now, he lives just down the road from me. He and I started the North Star L5 Society at Fort Greely, Alaska in 1981. Let's see here. Oh, got some interesting stuff out there in the middle of the Atlantic. It's a pretty good storm. Look here. There's out in Bermuda. So let's look at the accumulation here, guys. Rain accumulation. That's the next 3 days. So I'm going to get rain tomorrow all day, but don't look like it's going to accumulate a lot. So it's going to be light rain. Well, you're getting it out in western Oregon and also throughout Washington State, up and down. This is all rainforest, guys. Really interesting. This is rainforest. You see why it's rainforest. You get a lot of rain there. When they don't, you're going to get some fires. So what's it going to look like over 5 days? All right, next 24 hours, this one I'm getting rain, supposedly. Well, it don't look like I'm getting rain according to this. It's like it's stalled out there. Is that right? Let's go back and check my forecast. It may be delayed. Next 10 days. Got a little rain up there in New Days always. Actually, you're going to get more than I am, according to this. Maybe snow. This is probably counting rain and snow because there is a lot of snow up there. It says rain, but I think this is just total accumulation. Let's look at the snow. Boom. Oh, yeah. So that's a lot of snow up there. Oh, look at that. The pink is 9 feet. So you're getting some real heavy snow up in this area, guys. Real heavy snows. That's why Bigfoot got really big feet up there. He's walking that snow. Southern Bigfoot don't need them big broad feet. Wow. Get some snow in the Appalachians and West Virginia. Down a little bit into Virginia. We know somebody from West Virginia. Washington, okay, holy shiitake, no kidding. I say holy shiitake quite a bit. Shiitake is a mushroom. I thought something else. A Japanese mushroom that goes nicely in oak. Shiitake. All right. So look at all this. Let's look at this stuff on Earth. If I can quit fighting the Zoom. We got a couple of rotational areas, and heavy rotational areas in the North Atlantic. And this is the one in a little bit further south that's bringing the moisture over Florida and back up and around. So the stuff coming out of Maine, coming down through here, going out over Maine, it's getting split. Most of it's getting caught in that. Some of it's coming back around here. This is off the west coast. Kamchatka Peninsula. You got a little bit of a doldrum right here. If you were in a sailing ship and this is on here, you would probably lose propulsion. You have to break out the oars. Sometime of the year, that's right along the equator. They called them doldrums back in the sailing days. What's it like in Australia? A lot of wind coming out of that's gonna be some cold wind coming up over middle of Australia. Tasmania. So they're going into springtime now. New Zealand. What's going on around Antarctica? So always a lot of wind around Antarctica usually. That was real heavy. Oh, look at that. That's some strong winds, guys. Strong winds. I'd hate to be trying to sell a ship coming through here, especially if I was going east to west. Oh, those waters are awful, guys. That's some of the worst waters on earth to try to navigate. So I only got a Panama Canal. And then our beloved president, Mr. Peanut, Jimmy Carter, gave it to Panama, and they basically turned it over to our good friends, our nice, dear, sweet friends over in China. I say that somewhat facetiously, but China's got some good people. Space weather, space weather. A sling instead of a throng. Uh-oh, Wolfman, what are we talking about? Keep an eye on those west coast volcanic mountains. Yeah, they may go off. This is the time we expected more eruptions. Have 2 stints, said man. Oh, bless your heart. Sparky's Run. That's a cool map. Shows everything color coded. Yeah. Oh, we got Sean in the house. Yeah, Sean G. The Irish have the biggest. Oh, I ain't gonna repeat that. Okay. Sean. The days. Let's see here. Cascades are getting it. That's right. Hot Rodley and Tatooine. They are getting in the Cascades. No kidding. Lots of snow. Cascades. That's the name of the mountains there in western Washington State and off of Vancouver up through British Columbia. UK will freeze by 2025. Most of Northern Europe might do it. All right. So let's go. Hot Roddy, Oregon is hiding a lot of quakes in the Cascades. Ooh, that's interesting. Just leaving. Got off from work now, says Sean. Okay, very good, Sean. All right. So, Sean, you're in France right now, right? We talked about the UK a little bit in the other video, but I'm pretty sure you're from France, if I remember right. So, hey, we got a partial eclipse coming up next, not Friday this week, but the following Friday on the 19th of November. It's going to run 3.5 hours. It's not going to be a full eclipse, but it's going to be a lunar eclipse. It's going to be a very long eclipse, one of the longest eclipses, so you might catch it. This is Pacific Coast time. It's going to start out, it's going to start out at 11:19, so it'll be later in the night. Maximum eclipse is 1:03 in the morning, so that'll be November the 19th. So it starts November 18th through November 19th. So y'all can check out this lunar eclipse. Right after watching the Black Watch perform in Edinburgh later evening in the pub, I made a mistake of asking a couple of guys, you're trying to say Warren and you said something else. Uh-oh. Did you have a few? Katie, the aurora is not very strong right now, which means the solar storms have died down. We got a little coronal hole coming around. There's a big sunspot, but it's not throwing out a lot of magnetic activity, guys. So that's the good news. That's a huge sunspot right there. 2894, I think it's huge. It's bigger than Earth, but it's not throwing much out. So that's the good news. That's the good news. So the aurora is weaker. The chance for these X-class flares is down quite a bit. It was like 35% there back in class a few days ago. Asteroid impacts. Now let's look at asteroids today. Now see, it's always reddest in the past. Looking back in the past, you see all kinds of stuff that just zoomed past us going forward. Not so red. Not so red. The red ones are the deeper the color, the more you worry about them. It's got to do with size, speed, and the proximity, how close we're reaching Earth. It's less than half the distance of the moon, 0.4 LD, lunar distance. But these are all in the past. So today is Veterans Day. So this stuff from here down is future. So this is what we want to look to for forecast. Otherwise, we're looking at past cast. You know, I should do a weather past cast. I might actually have accuracy with a past cast. Here's what the weather did. No more what the weather's going to do. We're going to talk about what the weather did. That's one time, that's coming in about the orbit of the moon right there. It's 14 meters. That's a pretty good sized rock discovered this year. Those are over 4.5 lunar distances out. So I wouldn't worry too much. That's 2.3, 19 meters. That's 186 meters. Thank God it's 11.1 lunar distance. That's a really big rock. You would not want that to hit you. That would make for a very ugly day. I get some of these news things I get out. They will see something like that and they will put asteroid zooming near Earth, asteroid coming at Earth. They'll be talking about ones like this one. And I see it every week when I'm going through my news feeds. It's like, really? You got to be kidding me. You know, so they really like to sensationalize these things. Oh, this is a big one right here. 1,000. This is a kilometer, guys. 0.6 miles. This is a biggie. Fortunately, it's 14.2 lunar distances. This is a biggie. Ooh, you would not want that guy to hit you. Yeah, the news media will definitely be sensationalizing this puppy. So let's check it, look at it. There's nothing really coming in too close to us. It's got any size to it, so I wouldn't worry about it. But, you know, this guy could have other co-orbital stuff with it, but it's so far out, I don't think we got a problem with it, but that's a biggie. That's over a kilometer. Let's check this guy out. Over a kilometer. Small body database lookup. So this is talking about 2003 SD 220. Also 163899. That's his number. That's his check-in number. All right. Worse than sawgrass, worn as skirt. Uh-oh. Let's see here. This gives you some of the parameters of this device, but what we want to do is look at the orbital viewer. Let's take a look at the orbit of this puppy. Hopefully this will load. Oh my gosh, that's a near circular orbit. No, it's somewhat elliptical. So it comes, wow, this thing orbits between Earth and Venus, basically. Uh-oh. And that's a biggie. So at some point in time, eventually, this asteroid is going to hit either Venus or Earth. At some point, it might be millions of years from now, might be a billion years from now, if this thing crosses the orbit of Venus and Earth. Yikes. And that is a kilometer asteroid. That is a huge one. And you see, it's got a good clear miss of Earth as it comes around this time. Yikes. Play this thing forward. Shows Earth actually catching up to it. Let me go past it. There they are. So getting kind of close there. Oh, really close here. And let's see here. So that's December 16th. So it's kind of close still. Earth pulls away. Earth passes in front of it. Well, there we go, guys. There we go. Let's play this around. That's in the future. That's time we'll be on the other side in the next orbit. Eventually, this thing's gonna make a lot of close passes to Earth. All of that. All right, it'll be a little while before it catches up to Earth again, but right now it's coming close to us. So, go in reverse. Spin the planets backwards. There's Mars. And here we go. That's what we're coming into right there. This conjunction. That's near past, but it's still going to be over 14 inner distances away. So you ain't got to worry about this thing hitting us, guys. Got to step through it. And here we are stepping the other way as Earth and it approach each other. And Earth pulls away from it. That asteroid's a kilometer, guys. Do not want that thing to hit us. That would make for an ugly day. A very, very, very ugly day indeed. Hello. Nice blue shirt. I must have been talking to Ed. So, snowball Earth to return with geologist Ed Kiker. Could Earth freeze soon? And look what YouTube had to post here. They had to post a notice about this topic. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns mainly caused by human activities. Mainly caused by human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels. Well, my good climatologist friend Roy Spencer, who's been the chief researcher looking at temperature satellite data from UH, would take issue with that statement. He would take gravy, and he is a scientist, the most renowned expert looking at the direct data of any scientist on Earth, and he would disagree with this statement. Yet this is posted as science. This is posted as truth. The main scientist I know who deals directly with the temperature, global temperature data, and has done so for decades using the UH data set, looking at the satellites, is Dr. Roy Spencer. And he will take issue with this statement. So, and he is not connected to the petroleum industry. He worked for NASA, and now he works with the University of Alabama in Huntsville. So unlike Gore claims, hey, Eric, thank you, buddy. Appreciate the super chat, Eric. So unlike Gore claims years ago that all the science is in, everybody agrees, only people that disagree are people that work for petroleum companies. And that's like 3 falsities in one statement that he made. Of course, by the way, guys, it don't snow anymore, right? He said it wouldn't snow by now, and we would have a free transit to the North Atlantic, Northwest Passage over, Canada would be ice-free. The Arctic is ice-free. The Arctic's ice-free now. We know that because Al Gore told us it would be. They're mentioning their mind. You realize the ice pack on Greenland's grown. You realize Antarctica had the coldest season for 6 months running. The coldest winter, spring, summer for 6 months. Close half year in record. Just finished it. Coldest ever recorded in Antarctica. Just occurred. As the northern hemisphere, we had a lot of snows and cold weathers last winter. But all the people on that side, well, it's just weather. It's all localized. The only problem is it's localized around the entire Earth at once. It's global. Now there are some outliers, and it needs me every time they grab an outlier going the other direction, they make huge news out of it. They never report the other side. The news media is highly biased, kind of like a diode. The current only goes one way. I know diodes because I'm an electrical engineer. Get in your hole, Al. Al, get back in your hole. Yeah, where's Al and Greta? Sometimes they come in our chat room tonight. We're late tonight, though. We're late tonight. All right, so my coffee's got cold. It's got a little bit left in here. Yeah. Jason Smith, no, the skies will be dark and the moon will look like dusk. Yeah. So, it's not a full eclipse, but it's a strong partial eclipse. It's going to run for a long time on 18th and 19th of November, around midnight-ish, So go out and check it out. 3.5 hours. It should be fun to watch if you're not covered with clouds. And, of course, we got the Terran meteor shower going on, too. Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. His poor performance, says Hot Riley. Yeah, well, that's what a lot of people got going on there, right? Oh, yeah, by the way, in case many of y'all don't know, there is something I got at peak time. Caution. Snowflakes. I wish it said no snowflakes allowed, right? Yeah, as the people refer to as snowflakes. Actually, I got property in a community known as Snowflake, 40 acres. Geez, I need to sign off. Okay, sky signs in the skies. Look up to. Yep. All right, Bayleaf. Yeah, we're about to end this video. We're going along now. We've been going a couple of hours. Hey, but we did a lot of things. We covered some poetry. So if you're joining late, I read poetry at the beginning of the video. Well, not right in the beginning, but about a fourth of the way into the video or a third of the way, somewhere along there. Greta is chained to an iceberg. There you go, Jason. Like the year 536. Yeah, I think 536 was a rough year. That was a cold year. It really brought down the Roman Empire. So that's not brought on by Vulcan. They actually think Krakatoa caused that cold year. Our Creator knows to bless the ones that ask for knowledge and eternal life. There we go. Peace out, love to all, says Bayleaf I am. Well, thank you, Bayleaf I am. All righty, it may be time to take prayer requests. I missed the dab time. Talking about our friend Diamond. Guys, I don't do dabs. I don't smoke nothing that's not totally legal. Cigar or pipe is all I do. It's regular tobacco. The wackiest tobacco I ever smoked was rabbit tobacco, which is a herb, really. Ciao, loveliness. Ciao. All right, so let's stop the share. Hey, hello. How y'all guys doing? I already know. So I think it's a good time to do our prayer request. We got 58 watching. As I mentioned to everyone, Stacy Zavicki, who has the channel Sustainable Stewards and also Battle Axe, she got 2 channels now, is in the hospital. Last I checked, she went to the ER. She was having problems breathing this morning. Her whole family's got the bug. So we need to pray for them. They need prayer, earnest prayer right now. Granny Atlanta's granddaughter, Kaylee, we need to pray for her. We need to pray for Blue Bottle Bunny Farms, Randy Bly. He's got some cancers down. Diamond needs to quit smoking, says Bayleaf. Well, you tell Diamond that. I don't know if he'll buy off on that, but hey, once again, great talks. Love you. Okay, Eric, appreciate it. Really appreciate that. And I appreciate the super chat, Eric. I really do. Every little bit counts. Even if it's just a nickel, every little bit counts. $2. That counts. That helps. Thank you. All right. Greg Mason says, Granny Man. Well, thank you, Granny. Top knot smokes. Yeah. Me, I no do that. Not that stuff anyway. New days always. I've also been showing Navy maps for years of the Great Lakes. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, I tell you what, before we go into the prayer session, I might want to do one more thing. I was thinking to do this earlier. Might go in one more share. What was I wanting to check here? Oh, yeah, I was wanting to look for Dawson City earlier, and I didn't do it. I didn't see it on the weather map. So, you know what I'll do? I'll go into Google Maps. Type in Dawson City, D-A-W-S-O-N. Oh, well, wrong spot. I should do the maps part. D-A-W-S-O-N. C-I-T-Y. Y-T. Dawson City's in the Yukon Territory? I thought it was in Alberta. What? I remember me filling me that bad. Oh, the Yukon ends in oh, it's spinning, it's lost. Because it's not in Yukon Territory, that's why the Google Maps is lost. Google Maps is Bailey Fam Prayer. Yeah. We need to pray for Granny Lana's granddaughter. We should pray for Judy Dow and her daughter Cherry. I think Cherry's having some issues. Yeah, stupid Google Maps got lost. Dawson City has been in Utah now. I can't find it because it's not in Utah. And Yukon Territory. It's not in the Yukon Territory. It's in Alberta. So let me retype this. Research it. A-L. Aha. Oh, Dawson Creek. Pardon me. Dawson Creek. I said Dawson City. No wonder I got it off. And it was lost. Ding, 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 ding. Hang on, guys. We're going to go look at this real quick. Then we'll do the prayers. Share screen. Ding, 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 bing, bing, bing. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Oh, how did it do that? So it's jumping around on me here. Alaska Highway. Send out. Welcome to Alaska Highway, but they're in Canada here. In that picture. Let's zoom out here. Boom, 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 boom. Dawson Creek. So I came down on 97. That's it right there. And then you go down to southeast. Well, I turned this way and I went west. Went down into eventually Vancouver. I thought one of these highways, probably that one. British Columbia. This is in Alberta. It says Alberta right there. So I drove down through here. I drove down through these Rocky Mountains in Canada. Went over here into Alberta and then turned back into British Columbia again. I drove down the Fraser River Canyon. That's beautiful, beautiful drive, guys. If you're ever in the area, do check out the Fraser River Canyon. It's very beautiful. Somewhere up here was a place called Beaver Creek. Yeah, Beaver Creek right there. Oh, the highest price I ever paid for gas was at Beaver Creek, at least back in the day. Just the first gas station over into Yukon Territory. And it was like $3 a liter or something crazy. Bear Creek. Beaver Creek a minute ago. That's Alaska Highway. Look how crooked it is. This area here is tundra, and you got huge forest of spruce trees, but they're no higher than your knee. We're on top of permafrost. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful drive. I'm gonna tell you what, that is a heck of a drive coming down through. A lot of challenges on that drive. Oh, Yukon River. Yep. I should type in Trutch Mountain. Such a chicken. Let me come out here a little bit. I think I went a little bit further north here. Yeah, it's north of the Alaska Highway. Alaska Highway's down here. Destruction Bay. Oh, yeah, I was a little bit too far enough. Destruction Bay. That was an interesting place to try through. I remember that. Very beautiful. The big lake there. And these mountains are tall on the side there. Haynes Junction. Definitely remember Destruction Bay. Beaver Creek. There it is. That's what I was hunting. Beaver Creek. I said it was a Beaver Creek. Somehow I got off in the wrong spot. That was the first gas station I got into. And this would be Diamond's favorite town in Alaska. Tok. Tok, Alaska. Yes, no kidding. That is a town. There's Delta Junction. This is Fort Greely. That's what satellite map. Boom. Let's look at this stuff. I'll show you where I used to live. Back up a little bit. There's an airstrip. There's an airstrip, probably. A lot of airplanes, the main way getting around up in Alaska, guys. That's the barley project where they're doing barley, growing barley up there. So they actually got farming. Silver Fox Roadhouse. I don't remember that one. It must be a new one. Alaska Highway, you know, crossing the river here. Coming into Fort Greely here in a moment. What they done? They blocked it out. Mountains. All right, let me back up again. I'm missing something. Oh, I was in Deltana, not Delta Junction. I was in the other Delta, I think. Let's see. Tanana River. You know, we're close to Tanana River. Where are we at here? Toke. No, I went down to Toke. What's going on here? It really is right next to Deck. I'm looking for the airfield. Delta Junction. What have they done? They edited this map. They edited out most of Fort Greely. Here's Fort Greely. Ah, here we are. Oh, they renamed the. They got this highway backwards. Okay, here we go. That's there. Oh, they got a cross field there now. They didn't have this. They've added this. That wasn't there when I was there. This one just had one airfield. This is a big airfield, guys. A small military base. Fort Greely. That's where the nuclear reactor used to be. That's what Ed Kiker deactivated when I knew him. His office was right here. And I used to work right out of here. No, wait a minute. His office was over here. And I worked in this building right here. And I lived. There's the chapel. That was the NCO club. The officers club. They've taken out most of the housing was here. The house I lived in, they've taken it out. It was right here. They've added another building. That building wasn't there then. This woods, these woods went all the way down to here. And the building I lived in was right here, right here. It's gone now. I lived in the quiet like that. They take most of my, because they don't have troops there anymore. So they took some of these houses out. They built some houses that wasn't there at the time. Yeah, the house I lived in, the apartment complex, I lived in a townhouse, and it was right there. It's gone. They even took up the pavement. Wow. You used to come in and you could actually see that apartment, and it's gone now. So they're taking them out. They're adding other little houses. Well, that's interesting. There used to be a school there on the campus, or that's it. That's what it used to be, the school. It's not a school anymore, I don't think. This looks like the missile. This is probably your missiles now. 49th Defense Battalion. This is your interceptors missiles for ground-based missile defense, which are located there now. I guess that makes ours the old track. I guess that makes Fort Greely a nuclear target now, unfortunately. I hope the place never gets nuked. It's a beautiful place, guys, up here. That'd be off. There's Bolio Lake. When I was at Fort Greely, we had 79 degrees ambient temperature below zero the first winter. But Bolio Lake got down to 80 below zero. It was a test range. It's part of Fort Greely. I was part of the Cold Regions Test Center. You can see there's buildings there. It's all part of Fort Greely. This is a test center. Cold Regions Test Center is still there. Northern Warfare Training Center is still there. There's also Gerstle River, which had an incident that we had to maintain because they had an incident where nerve gas was put out on the ice. It went down. They had ice broke up sooner than expected that year, and they lost that stuff. It went down in the lake, and they have to maintain a watch on that. Hess Mountain, Mount Blanchard. Oh, what the heck? You see some glaciers here. Let me get back out. Fairbanks. I don't know, Delta Junction. How come you're not showing me Mount Hayes? Mount Deborah. These glaciers, guys. Glaciers here. One time these glaciers went all the way down here. Delta River. Check these mountains out with the shadows are leaving. Come here, give me names now. You just give me names. Mount Motif, Mount Shard, McInnes Peak. Those are not the tallest peaks around. What did they rename all the mountains? I hope they did. Shoot. Hayes. Okay. There we go. Bang. I mean, Mount Hayes. Boom. There we go. That's the tallest one, guys. Mount Hayes. Why is it blurred out? That is on the side. And then it's not even labeled on here, right? That's the tallest one. It's not even labeled. You're labeling these and not labeling that one. What's wrong with it? Mount Hayes was beautiful. Mount Deborah, D-E-B. There we go. Boom. So they got names on the smaller peaks, but not names on the bigger peaks. So that's what it looks like through here. Let me put Mount Hayes again. Let's see if it shows us that kind of view. That's Mount Hayes. So get a picture like that. No, it shows that picture again. Okay. This is Alaska Range, guys. There you go. There's a moose. There's the kind of trees we had up there. You look up, yeah, there's like 3 peaks there, and Mount Hayes is the middle. This is all Mount Hayes. It's got 3 peaks. That's the main peak. So why are they naming the smaller peaks around there, and they're not naming Mount Deborah or Mount Hayes? That's weird. Oh, somebody found some video. That's somebody climbing up it. Beautiful mountains, guys. That's of course, Mount McKinley is the tallest mountain in the Alaska Range, but that was the tallest mountain on Fort Greely. Now, y'all might know what's her name. He used to do all the I can't think of her name right off the top of my head. He used to do all the cattle mutilation videos way back when. Talks and says there's an alien base, a joint American alien base in Mount Hayes. I'll tell you what, Fort Greely only had 2,000 people in that 100-mile circle. Everybody knew each other intimately in that area. If there were a secret military base there, I would know it. I've also went all around there in Google Earth. There is there's nowhere that support traffic of any kind in and out and around Mount Hayes. So that is not true. I'll just state categorically. Now there might be some aliens down in that mountain or whatever you call those darn critters, but we don't have no joint military base at Mount Hayes. That I can tell you. I lived there. I used to look at it almost every day. I could walk out of my apartment and look right out at Mount Hayes. I could sit through my bathroom window every morning and brush my teeth. Look at these mountains. That's some bleak, rugged land. If you're in an airplane, yeah, I was flying an airplane going to Fort Richardson for the Alaska Soldier of the Year competition, Army C-12 aircraft, and the whole state was covered with in this area with a low cloud bank, and it was like a ocean of white. These mountains all stuck up from it. They were all snow covered, so it's like an archipelago of white mountains over a white ocean. That was one of the most surreal things I ever saw, and even from that great distance, I could see Mount McKinley sticking out. I took pictures of this. Now I don't know where my Alaska photograph album is. It seems to be missing in action. I took a ton of photographs in Alaska, and I can't find that album, which really kind of breaks my heart. I had some good stuff. All right, so we're done with the Alaska tour for now. Let's go back and do our prayer session. We're going to do this prayer. Diamond needs to quit smoking. Oh, see, all right, my notes have not caught up. Linda Moulton Howell. Thank you, Glenn Minner. That's her name, Linda Moulton Howell. Yeah, she claimed that there was an alien base in Mount Hayes, and well, a joint U.S. military alien base. I'm gonna tell you that's not true. That not true. If it was, I would have known it. I would have known it when I was stationed at Fort Greely. Now the funny thing is, at Fort Greely, in that area of Alaska, the reports of UFO sightings were very high, very, very high. But actually, hey, Regina Morgan's in the house. All right. I didn't know anything about your dad. Who are you talking to there, Arnold? Granddaughter named Kaylee. Yeah, we're going to pray for Kaylee. We're going to pray for Stacy Zavicki and her family. We're going to pray for Randy Blau, Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, Judy Dowell and her daughter Cherry. I need a prayer list, Greg. Okay. Add Regina Morgan to the prayer list. Why did OAA take out the mistletoe defense? Mistletoe. Well, we still have the missiles there. They're still there. Sometimes they leak stuff like buildings if they're top secret. Well, I think they tore down the building I lived in. It was an apartment, basically. There's nothing top secret about that. I've been here for a bit, but you've been busy. Okay, Regina. All right. Yeah. I was looking at everything but the chat, I guess. Let me scroll back up and see. Yep, late Gigi. Yeah, I am. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's not unusual for me. I still got to go out and turn off my Mockingbirds trailer here in a little bit. So I'm not done tonight. When I finish this video, I'll probably be up for a little bit, still past that. Fortunately, tomorrow's a holiday for me, so I can sleep a little bit late, just a little bit. It's supposed to be raining all day. Hey, Arnold Smith was in the house. All right, well, all's been set up here. I had a Chinese doc tell me the reason some people smoke and it doesn't hurt their lungs is because they carry too much qi and it makes them invisible to bad spirits. Interesting. All right, my wife was the one that made me stop smoking, says drops. Okay, very good. It was only, says bay leaf. Jimmy, okay, we can pray for my brother Jimmy. Jimmy had he had surgery for prostate cancer. He seemed to be recovering, hopefully. Granny Lance is regular amazing. Well, thank you. You're amazing. Appreciate you very much. All right. I think it's time for our prayer session now. And let's see. Scratch is in the house. Hey, Scratch. Sorry, I got distracted with a face ache. Yeah, all right. Fake book. Is that what you're talking about? I guess paying for Greg's religious exemption. Thank you, Regina Moore. I need that religious exemption. I don't need to go out my job to end next month because I need my income for now. You know, my worm farm and all my other stuff, it's not making me money yet, you know. It's gonna be a while before that happens. I'm building I'm building a mushroom house out here, a worm farm back here. I got microgreens growing in this direction, but you know, the stuff is just getting started up on me. It's still costing me money and it's making me at the moment. I got to redo my greenhouse because of the snow damage. I got to get that shade cloth up here this weekend. Greg has always been amazing, funny, and one cool cat. Well, thank you, Regina. Regina's been here, by the way. She's in this place. Hey, GG, Mike. Oh, Mike says, Scratch. Good to see you here, Scratch. Yeah, it's getting late here. I'm gonna end this here in a moment. We're just about to do the prayer sessions. Now, for as a reminder, this is not a religious channel. We pray, but just like family prays for family. That's what it's all about. I'm not here to tell you how to pray. Pray according to whatever method you pray by, because it's up to you. Like I said, this is not a religious channel. But I do believe in the power of prayer. I do believe in a greater creator. So if people getting confused when I do the Woden's Woken Wednesday, or Woden's Wondrous Wednesday, it will be in the future, because woke is a term that got stolen by somebody else. I'm not trying to go there. Sorry, Scratch. My head's been killing me with this round of. Oh, Granny, you got it. You got the bug. Oh yeah, that's right. I think New Days always told me you had the bug. We better pray for Granny and Lana and her granddaughter, Kaylee. Granny, who else has got it? Thank you, Greg. And back at you. I've been up all night. Uh-oh. You've been up all night. Well, it's quite, you got daybreak. Your sun's already shining there, is it not? I thought you got up early and was watching us. Bless your heart. 58 still watching? All right, so Drops, you have my email and phone number if you want to get your finance, Jim. Email, text is up to UPI. I got your phone number, Drops. I'll have to go through my emails. Yeah, we better pay for Granny Lana, especially April Pelham, that's going right through. And let's pray for everybody that's got challenges with these exemptions. We're under attack. We're under attack. My son went to concert with 8,000. He lives at X. Brought us the bug, but doing a little better. Oh my God, went to a huge concert. Well, there we go. Yeah, well, Scratch is giving you some good advice there. I would take, if you can get some HCQ, or at least maybe drink some tonic water with quinine in it. You can make quinine from grapefruit, by the way. There's some YouTube videos on it if you can't find it otherwise. People are dropping like flies here with the bug after they got them. Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing reports of that. Yeah, my email and phone number. All right, Drops. I'm trying to remember what your actual name is. I'm sure I got it. Shoot me another email just in case, Drops. Drops, now if you send it to info at freedomrestorationfoundation.org. Actually, I'm not monitoring that channel. That's monitored by Leanne. She is the secretary of our Freedom Restoration Foundation. She monitors that. We got to get together and do a cover letter and send some people out for the Freedom Restoration Foundation. I also don't monitor how5space@AOL.com either. That's the other address I used to use for that. I used to monitor that some, but there's two other emails. There's another email. I got some emails. It's not funny. Hope it was a good concert. Oh wow. Me and granddaughter fared it best, and we're not okay. So you don't have the jab. Granny, how are you doing, Granny? How are you doing? You and the granddaughter. So her granddaughter Katie has got cancer. Apparently both got it. Happy to read that bit. Okay, well, sounds like you're doing. Are you doing better than the ones that got the jab? It's only 6 people have my phone number. Oh, okay, Drops. Which email did you send it to, Drops? Have I called you? I'm trying to remember now. Gosh, I got so many people calling me and contacting me. Let me think. Sean at North Shore. Oh, Sean at North Shore Paradise has it. Okay. North Shore is a good guy. Granny, take a tablespoon of sunflower oil 2 times a day. It will help. Oh, well, she eats sunflower seeds. Many days. Oh, she eats sunflower seeds. So I'm looking over here. My laptop's over here. That's what I'm marking the chat room with. We're praying for North Shore. We're praying. He got it. What's happening on North Shore? Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a couple of days. I must have missed some of the chat here. Sean is a brother. Yeah. No, oil is potent. Okay, don't eat the seeds. You got to take the oil. Okay. I see. I should monitor the chat room here on my main computer since I'm not showing other screens right now. Kaylee is not good. And yes, I'm doing better than the jabbed. My son had a, oh, so your son went to 105. He got the jab and he's suffering. Oh, sunflower oil kills off all kind of bugs internally. Sunflower oil. Can you get it at the grocery store? I don't know if I've actually paid attention to that. Somebody gave us a thumbs down, guys. It's like every video we do, somebody comes in, one person comes in and give us a thumbs down. What if it's the same person? I don't know if they just come in here, maybe they don't even watch, just to give a thumbs down. There's somebody that don't like us, apparently. I wonder who it is. But they never fessed up to it. We always get one thumbs down. I bet it's the same person. Interesting. Okay, new days. I'm doing better this week. My granddaughters have. We got to pray double for Kaylee tonight because Kaylee is suffering from cancer and got the bug. Double prayers for Kaylee. I'm in a bunker for the next 2 months, except for Turkey Day and Christmas. There you go, April. Probably not one of my many fans, says Scratch. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Jason Smith. Oh, you think it's Andrew? You think it's Andrew? Oh, I see. Somebody banned Andrew from the channel. He might still be able to vote. He might still be able to. We have a few people that got banned or hidden from the channel, so they can't comment, but they still might be able to vote. I thought about unhiding Andrew, but when I was talking about the nuclear stuff, he really got kind of outside the box on that. I mean, he used to just ask questions and kind of whine about things, but when he got the nuclear talk, where I was talking about how bad these cooling pool rods were, he kind of went ballistic on that. Yeah, someone come in here then leave. Yeah, probably. Sunflower helps with itching and scratching. Okay. Being a mod everywhere isn't always a good thing. Being a mod everywhere isn't always a good thing. Okay, Scratch. Well, all right, guys, let's do the prayer session now. It's time to pray. Get a sip of coffee before I do that. Oh, yeah, this comes from my daughter. That's my daughter right there. I did a video with her the other day. She's got her own YouTube channel. Jessica Bottifer, check it out. This is some years ago. That's her daughter, her son, and that's my son's daughter back there. I think she's turning 20 here in a few weeks. Guess who that is? No, that's actually lit. That's not. It's the same hat, but it don't have the badge on. I had a headlamp on it that night. And this kind of looks like a Norman Rockwell photograph to me. What do y'all think? You can make a Norman Rockwell painting out of that. I just that's that one was really Norman Rockwell-ish looks to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I collect hatters. Beautiful family there. Well, thank you. Thank you. I ain't focusing. World's best grandpa, we love you. Scratch, we love you, says Green Atlanta. All right, so you collect hatters or haters? I guess this says haters, okay. Greg, what are you doing so late? LOL. Hey, Battle Axe. Excuse my COVID, can't sleep. Hey, we're going to pray for you. Tell us how you're doing while you're here. Good to see you. All right, Stacy, talk to us. We're about to go into our prayer session, Stacy. Tell me, how are you feeling? What's happening? Are you still in a hospital, Stacy? Are you still in a hospital? I know you went to the emergency room this morning. How are you? We're going to pray for you and your family. How are you? How is your family? Let us know. Tell us now before we go into our prayer session. Right now, I don't hate anyone, but there is one person on many sites I follow I want to smack. Uh-oh. We have a few of those who get on these sites. There's a couple of people I have issues with, and they've tried to pull me down. Regina Morgan knows of one of them. I banned him from my site. He came here claiming a bunch of stuff, and she came on and said, "No, that's not true." She's been here. He's trying to make false claims about me and what I do. He's a guy that I tried to let in my tribe, and he was malcontent, unfortunately. But the Space Girl, all thumbs up. All right, Battle Axe, are you able to talk to us? Arnold Smith, you need to inhale it in your nasal cavities and lungs, or get 160 proof stuff and use that, but rubbing alcohol is not as intense. Yeah, our good friend, Lee Wilbarger tells everybody to huff 70%. Now, normally you wouldn't want to huff that stuff, but he says that cured him and his wife. I don't know. That's what he says. Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. But he put out these just Battle Axe. I'm home with meds. I'm fighting through husband, kids, in-law, grabbing, garbling. Okay, I got hit hard. This is a weapon, Greg. Look, all the gang, they're all trying to deny it. Think of all the gang research functions that was funded by the NIH, which Anthony Fauci is in charge of. How do you say Joseph Mengele? Lee, says Arnold. There you go. Lee Wilbarger. Everclear is too dry. It has to be denatured. Well, Battle Axe, glad to hear you're home. We hope you get better soon. And toward that end, we're about to enter huff oxygen. Okay. Nebulizer treatment, steroids with antibiotics. Okay. There you go. Nebulizer. I got a nebulizer. Steroids. I don't have the steroids and antibiotics. Yeah. Well, this thing is getting out in the animal population, and it's going to be with us. So there's none of this stuff that are mandates going to do any good. It's, let's say you go out and put masks on all the white-tailed deer. So, Dr. Death, Joseph Mengele. Yeah, and the modern day Mengele is who? Oh, did I show y'all a photograph before we go into prayer session? Do I still have this up? Now that we're on this topic, I got to share this. I just got to share it. Hang on, guys. We got to do a quick share. I have found the history of Fauci. Spaceballs. Big hat, big helmet. There you go. So that's Anthony Fauci on another timeline in another dimension. There you go. There you see it. There's Fauci. I think I shared this on the previous video. All right. Sunflower oil for Granny. Sunflower oil help, would it help, or would sunflower oil help Stacy? Everybody's laughing at that. Just say no to Fauciism. Yeah, Fauciism. That's a good way to put it. Fauciism. Yeah, fascism, Fauciism. Fauci is a falsely and should have his license revoked. Yeah, how about, let's say how do you spell Nuremberg? Nuremberg? Nuremberg trials? Dark helmet. Exactly. Dark helmet. There you go. Average. That's right. Dark helmet. Badass. Dr. Dread designs this thing to take you. Yeah. We ought to live. Wow. There are times you could just sleep for hours. I'm sorry to hear this. So sorry to hear this, that you got that. Anagram for y'all. I see a broad. Okay. Viruses seem only to attack poorly guts. Nuremberg. Oh yeah, I know how to spell it. I was just being facetious. You know, we got to talk on code here. Nuremberg. Malax 2 sunflower oil, 1 tablespoon twice a day. Sunflower oil. I'm gonna go get some sunflower oil. 10 codes. Nuremberg. Nuremberg. Time for Nuremberg, guys. Don't lay down. Scratch my guts. Went weak from lack of food. Oh. All right. Alrighty, guys. I think it's time for a prayer. I'll tell you what, this old Navy won't hold back. There you go. Hey, it's Veterans Day, guys. Alrighty. Let's do our prayer session. Then I got to go out, shut down my micro-range trailer, and then I drank all this water. I'm wired up. I wasn't better earlier. I was having a hard time focusing. I didn't drink my coffee or enough. And it caused me not to get in my videos. I'm going to do a video tonight, Thursday night, talking about why China would attack, why they would risk nuclear war, why they would attack the U.S. And they've already done it. And they've attacked Russia. China's risked nuclear war twice already. So all these excuses people give, oh, they don't want to mess up their economy. Well, they're already doing that too. All these excuses people give me for why they wouldn't do it, gone. Oh, guys, we don't have to watch China. We have to watch it. Lay down. It gets you in the lungs. Oh. So what do you need to do? You need to like sleep in a easy chair. Salute, brother. Hey, drops. I'm fighting to keep weight over 100. Well, bless your heart, Granny. Bless your heart. I wish I could loan you a couple pounds. All right, guys. Got some serious praying to do here. We're in Atlanta. Kaylee, Stacy Savicki, Stacy's family. Well, and also Granny's family too, because several of them got it. You said your grandson, brother? I need to make kefir. I love it. There you go. Kefir. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's go into our prayer session. Again, it's not a religious channel. I'll tell you how to pray. Pray according to your own way. If you don't believe in prayer, meditate. Moment of silence, just respect. I'm upright, cannot lay down at all. Ooh. Can you lay back in an easy chair? Wow, do you like choke if you're laying back? Yeah, it's hard. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Feel like you want to drown? Feel like you can't breathe? Let me tell you one thing. Thanks for your service. Holler meaning when you say it without meaning. Hey, we'll end this with a special thanks to everyone's service, guys. We won't do the light beer light tonight. We'll do that Friday night. Because we want to end this with respect to the veterans, Veterans Day. We're going to do the prayer now. Number one, it's time to pray. Let's pray for each other. We are family in this channel. We're family. We're friends. Let's pray for each other. Let's pray for the people across the country that's having to fight to keep their jobs. Coughing spasms. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Battle X. Stacy Savicki. We really got to pray for her. Scratch. I hardly eat. Can only eat when I'm really hungry. Let's pray for Scratch, guys. Let's pray for Scratch. All right, prayer time. Amen. Amen. Grand Lana. One Stacy, take deep breaths. Shots, we guard your freedom at the expense of ours. That's true. And a veteran is no joke. You know, the vice president made it sound like being a veteran was just having an office job. How much ignorance is that? How much ignorance is that? You join the Army, you're signing up for them to send you to war, to get shot at, to have to go through all kind of hardships. You ever go through basic training? It's no cakewalk. When you're on call 24/7, that's no cakewalk. The hours you put in the military, the training, the PT, everything you got to do, that's arduous. The standards you have to meet and maintain, the stuff you have to do. The fact that Uncle Sugar, which we'll call our military name for Uncle Sam, that what Uncle Sugar would put you through and require of you, including making you a pin cushion to take all kind of shots. Yeah, that's no trivial thing, guys. But putting your life on it, you sign your life over to the government that tells the world that you will risk your life, you will go to war for the country. That is not trivial. That's not an office job, Miss Vice President Kamala. It is not an office job. It is a commitment to your life. You sign your life over for a number of years. And anything can happen in a number of years. You don't know what's going to come. Thank you, GG, but I'm okay. Okay. Let's see, what was that? So, time, what was it? GG, make sure you take a peek at the message I left on my last post. It was blunt. Take a peek at the message I left for all on my last post. In this chat room, he said, I hardly eat. I can only eat when I'm really hungry. It's just the way I've always been. It's cheap, so it's not all bad. Okay, was that the message you're talking about? Alice, God bless all you guys. May we all walk in wisdom and be guided through His Most High during these dark times. Amen to that. Amen to that. Drops 54. My dad's a Marine vet from the Vietnam era. Okay, Regina, well, you're pretty young there. My brothers were Vietnam era age. My older brother went in during the Vietnam War. Scratch, it's not the kind of message I can copy and paste in here. Okay, so this must be on your, did you leave a message on my last video? What you saying? Arnold, when you're tired and weary, put your hand in the air and ask Jesus to protect and cover you in his loving grace. Good advice. Good advice. Good advice. Especially if the demons are attacking you. That's the name to remember. That and Michael. Archangel Michael. He can help you too. Tom Weary, God bless all the veterans that have served the Republic and the will of God. And thank you for saying the Republic. We are a Republic. So many people forget that. Good night to everyone. Thank you all for serving and be blessed. All right. My dad's in his mid-70s. Yeah. Yeah, that would be if he, okay, I said you were young. Well, my dad, his dad was almost, my dad would be 100 years old if he was still alive. He was in World War II. Yeah, I was just a little bit young for Vietnam. When I joined the Army, all the sergeants were Vietnam era sergeants. The Vietnam era ended in 76, but the last troops were really pulling out in the early 70s, 72 to 74. Of course, Saigon fell, I think, in 76. I joined the Army in 79. We still had all the same equipment, uniforms, and all exactly like the Vietnam era soldiers, but they changed it when Reagan became president. We changed lots of amen about the demons. Yeah, remember Jesus Christ when they come after you. My dad was a tunnel rat in Korean RIP. Okay, new days. Hey, somebody was telling me one of my coworkers told me today that he was a tunnel rat in Vietnam. One of the guys I worked with. Didn't know that about him. Yeah, tunnel rats saw awful service, guys. Tunnel rats, oh man, they were in the tunnels going after folks. They had flamethrowers. It was nasty, close quarters, some awful combat. Those guys had it rough. My dad spent 6 months in Germany back in the 60s. Okay, Scratch. Well, my dad was there in World War II. My dad also was in England prior to going to World War II. Well, prior to going into combat. And he spent time in Iceland. My dad spent a fair bit of time in Iceland, the Greenland, and into France and Germany. And he was in the Army in Germany there for a while. Up there were the Band of Brothers, was making a lot of their videos up in the mountains at the Hitler complex. My dad was up in that area, Hitler's complex up in the mountains. My dad was fearless. If he was a tunnel rat, yeah, he was fearless. Absolutely. You can't be no half-hearted person, be a tunnel rat. That's tough. That's tough, guys. Alrighty. So to all my fellow brethren who served in arms, all my brethren veterans. See, I got that salute down pat. A perfect salute. You got the forefinger and the index finger and the middle finger comes right to the brim of your hat or to the brim of your head. See how fast I execute that? Why? I was good at it. Also, the arm should be straight. Not this stuff, not that stuff, not that stuff. That's British. British do that. Americans, straight arm, right to the temple. I do it reflexively. Why? Because I did it so much. That's until I've been in the service. Yeah, I made Post Soldier of the Year at Fort Greely, Alaska, too. One thing I can do, I can salute. When you salute an officer and you're listed, the officer has returned the salute. So I used to harass them. I used to salute them when we were across the street. And they go, I didn't like that. So that was fun. That was my way of getting at the officers, They'd be across the street and I'd salute them. They'd have to return the salute. They didn't really want to sometimes. I was essentially going, All right. He was one of those crazy guys that when he got out, he walked the steel while making skyscrapers in New York in the 50s and 60s with no lifeline. Oh, yeah. Wow. Tom, we're down. I saluted back. There you go. Glenn Miller. He was the Glenn Miller band. Glenn Miller, 1976. My dad's 83, ex-Army, stationed in Colorado, Germany, and maneuvers in Norway. He got out before the Vietnam conflict. He's losing his mobility, mainly due to heart issues. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. One of my best friends, Bill Brown, his dad's a World War II vet. He's still alive. He's a little bit younger than my dad was. Amperage, my dad was on the front lines too, says Regina Morgan. Yeah. Very good. Well, you can find some videos of my dad on my channel. And you just look at the playlist down toward the bottom. I got 3 or 4 interviews with him on there. And he talks about the Depression. He talks about World War II. So you can get it all firsthand on my channel. Check it out, Grandma. Wild New Days. My grandpa told me nightmare stories of the Japan War. Oh, yeah, there were some nightmares, especially that war. The Japanese were tough to fight. That was an ugly, ugly thing, especially if you get captured. They were not good to the POWs. Neither were the Vietnamese. I expect the Chinese won't be either. In fact, we had some people that were held prisoner in China during the depths of, back in the 60s, before 50s and 60s, before Kissinger and Nixon, cutting new deals with China, and the people that were captured in China were having no fun. I'll tell you that. My uncle was a medic in Vietnam. I won't speak of it, y'all. My dad was captured in the Battle of Bulge. He would not talk about that. I imagine that was horrific. If you ever saw the movie about the Battle of Bulge, it depicted that the Germans would capture Americans and line them up where they thought they were lining up at the mess tent and throw the flap back and machine gun them down. That's probably what my dad saw. My dad really reacted to that when we watched that movie together. He really, that got him. And that's when I asked him if he didn't want to talk about this, but I did get it out of him. He was captured at the Battle of Bulge. He got away. My dad happened to be an excellent runner. And maybe the only reason I'm here today. My dad was a good runner. Oh, yeah, look, my daughter is a marathon runner. Jessica. Angela used to run when she was in high school. And I used to run like 12 miles every other day. It's messed me up. I don't do it anymore. Oh, Jenna Graham, my dad told me, yeah, okay, people talking to that drops. John sang his gospel music at the reunion. I sat next to him. Oh, when he did it, very nice. I don't know, Granny, have no fear. She will be on the other side of the pain and suffering, and you will see her again. Trust in the faith of Jesus, the truth, the way, the life, and door to eternity. 2 days at Granny. I only met him when I was 34. And had in my life, the last 6 years of his life, he died in 1999 from emphysema. It was caused when he stood over the barrels of napalm burning to keep warm in Korea. My older brother had another name for Korea. He called it cold rear. Instead of Korea, he called it cold rear. I was in a colder place than him in the Army. I went to Alaska, Fort Greely. My pa was in the South Pacific. Okay. I almost got sent to Iran during the Iranian hostage crisis. Had I stayed in the unit, I was at Fort Bragg instead of going to Alaska. I would have went to Grenada. My unit went to Grenada right after I left it. I better believe, Scratch, I lost my mom, sister, and my daughter. Oh, Granny. Granny's had a tough time, guys. Bamboo shoots, cleared box springs, hooked up to electric current. Oh, that's all nasty stuff. Bamboo shoots. If they tied you down to bamboo shoot and that thing grows, it'll go right through you. Yeah. Box springs hooked to electric current. That would be a rough thing, guys. Think of box springs were metal back in the old days. And if you're on top of that and they put the current to it, you're in a world of hurt. Henry John Duschendorf Jr., aka John Denver, is my fifth cousin. I rode down the elevator in the Pan Pacific Hotel in Anaheim, California, right outside whatever that Disney park is there. I always get Disney World and Disneyland mixed up. But I didn't go to the Disney park. I was right next to it, could sit from my room. I rode down from the 14th floor to the top of that hotel, all the way to the ground floor in the elevator with John Denver, and nobody else got on or off. I love his music. Virginia, and yes, Greg, thank you for your services and sacrifices. Well, I want to thank everybody else who served in the military. Once again, to all my fellow brethren from veterans. There we go. Drops. I got to hang out with them. Well, that's good. I had a lot of stories from my dad. My dad used to tell a lot of war stories from when he was in World War II. My dad told a lot of war stories about when he was chief deputy sheriff in Marshall County, Alabama, going after moonshiners. Some really interesting stories about growing up in the Depression. Though I've lost him. He's not here to tell stories. I tried to get him to tell all these stories on video. Some he didn't want to retell. He got a little bit shy with the camera. He did tell some. And so you can catch some of that in some of my videos on my playlist down below. Do check them out. I lost Kelly's mom and sister and her dad, his dad too. That's sad. That is sad. Well, it's a good thing, Granny, she's got you. So I know you can be there for her. She needs you, and you know that. Then there was the human feces they spread over bamboo sticks. Oh yeah, that was their way of biowarfare. Take a bamboo stick or anything sharp. They put the human feces. They put it on their bayonets too. If they stab you with a bayonet, you wouldn't just get cut. You would get infected. And then what they do, they take these little sticks. They dig a hole. They take these bamboo sticks and had human feces on. So you're walking along the forest. You step in this hole. These sticks jab you in your leg, foot, where you hit them. You get your foot, your ankle, your leg. You come out, you got this wound, but that wound is contaminated with human feces. You can get bacteria set up real fast. I remember right as I was going in the military, the doctor that examined me was telling me all about that before I went in. Nice. That's what they did. Arnold, his dad was an Air Force fighter pilot. Maintainer, I believe, moved around from base to base. Well, that's what you do. Old age, we went together at 89. Okay, drops. All right, guys, we've gone long. It's almost 3 a.m. in the morning. I still got to go out and shut down my microgreens trailer, and I got to kind of wind down before I need to go to bed. Stop saluting. I kept dropping the phone to return. Reflexes, guys. Well, hey, a minute to honor all my fellow compadres. Sepsis, blood poisoning, yeah, nasty stuff. All our folks that have passed on now are now saints in heaven looking over us all. There you go, New Days. All righty. Guys, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being here. Continue to pray for the ones we prayed for tonight. Continue to pray for our veterans today, especially. Pray for all those who are facing career termination. I don't talk job termination. We're talking, if you've been a government contractor, that's your career. If you're being put out of government contract, it's not your job that's in it, it's your career. So this isn't like getting fired. This is like getting destroyed. Thank you, Mr. President. I say that very facetiously. I got a t-shirt. I don't know if I could show this t-shirt on my yeah, it's kind of oh, Rocket Man, best heading out. Love you, brother. Thank you, Arnold. Yeah, and we're ending right now. It's crazy when you're service and especially for being here for us. Yeah, look at all our people in the service who decided they wouldn't take this, and they're getting put out. So they're taking all the people, independent thinkers, the strong people, the patriots, and what are they doing with them? Purging. And that's what they want. Spent the last 4 years with them, dropping shopping and eating out. That's good, Drops. Thank you, Scratch. Greg, I meant, oh, you left a comment on, okay. I got you on Facebook. Got you. Fake book. Thank you, Greg, for bringing the sunshine and hope to us. Well, thank you for saying that. God bless you, Greg, for being our pillar. Okay, I try and sleep tight. There you go. That's a good one. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Y'all cheer me up. Y'all lift me up when we're in here chatting together. Your family, your friends, and appreciate you mods for the work you do. And Eric Court for the super chat tonight. Thank you, Eric. And I really wish everybody the very best. I want y'all to take care. Have a great day tomorrow. Stay safe. And hopefully we'll catch y'all again Friday night for a live session. I want to do a video tonight on this China thing. And maybe I'll get some other videos in there. Yep, Tom, united we stand. You're right. I quit doing government thing a long time ago. Down when it said drops. Yeah, well, I'm a contractor, so I've been making my living. They will replace us with illegals. Well, Obama said that. I don't doubt it. What the G, Greg? Okay. Good night, swivel heads. All right. Hey, Cheery Weather, good to see you. And indeed, yes, and me, amen. And good night, my fellow swivel heads.